Alright, do it again. One more. We need evidence. I need evidence. Nerd Josh, thank you for following me. I watched you last night. My jumps in Strive though. Good jumps. Is that still a thing? Good jumps? And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna go to the replay, and then I'm gonna show you that you're a liar.
Fuck. Oh my god, that hitbox.
Oh, life sucks. Oh. Stop it.
Slops. I can't.
Well, I'm dead.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Ha!
Why? Why? Can I get away? Or no?
No.
I'm dead.
No. Sorry, bro.
It's automatic.
No, I just did that.
You committed?
Yeah, I committed.
I mean, there was nothing I could do.
Could have died with your burst.
What's that worth?
Everything.
It's not. International winner. What's up? That's OD.
Oh, that was up. See, there you go, bro.
Alright,
Fuck.
we got it. We got it on camera.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be blood blinking.
We got it on camera.
Ow. Fuck you for doing it again. Please go low.
Okay. Mikey J970. What's up? What did I think that would work for 1 second? Right. Punish.
Oh, was that a punish? That was
Yep.
godlike.
Please. Just work. I need to be doing 5P, 5S then. That's something I don't do enough.
Fell the food into it. Oh god. Stop.
Real.
Word.
Alright, enough. I can't win. I mean, I could win, but, you know, only when you decide you gotta have missiles for lunch.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Alright.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait. Oh wait. I was gonna. Well, actually, I'm gonna load up a fucking Gaku match, and I'm gonna see what he does, and then do a 7-train mode.
The Gaku match?
Yeah, I'm gonna load up a random Gaku match. The fuck?
Versus Ananji?
Versus anyone. I don't give a fuck.
What's up?
Loading
Okay.
up this nice and crispy 240p video right now.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, like I actually do like a lot. Like one, I'm purposely doing Fuji and hoping you're pushing you not, and two, I'm just stupid, so I do a lot of like pads and dumb shit that you're just not doing anything about. Like, you're trying to beat my character with your character's tools with like no brain involvement. That's what it feels like, and Robokai is definitely not the character for that. I'm sorry.
Brain involvement?
Yeah, like,
Bro.
Bro, you're not punishing any of my bad habits. You're just like trying to fight Anji. And like,
Because
Robokai
I'm still
cannot fight
trying to
Anji on,
fucking
like, some
play
things.
Robokai. That's the whole point.
You're still trying to learn Robokai?
I'm still playing Robokai.
What's that mean? You're still playing Robokai?
Let me help you understand.
Yeah.
The Robokai is not for no brain usage, right?
Yes. Okay.
That's a presumption. So I'm putting basically all my brain power into fighting Anji, into playing Robokai.
I mean,
so I'm paying attention to everything I'm doing.
If you don't have enough brain power left to pay attention to like the other character or the player, then maybe you shouldn't play Robokai, bro. Maybe he's not the character for you if you don't possess all that brain power.
I mean, that's not necessarily it. I need to go to training mode.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't train. That's it.
So, how are you playing a brand new game, bro? Without training?
I just play it. I actually just play it.
Ryan Hunter, I just want to train mode for literally 60 seconds. You can 100% can media bazooka after 2S2D and be safe and autograph. Thank you, Ryan.
Okay.
You can 100% work punch 5
Here I am. We don't worry about the past. I only look forward. I'm only looking forward.
Alright, bro.
I'm only looking forward.
I hope when I do some heinous shit and people cancel me, you should be like, yo, real talk, just look to the future, guys. What he did was in the past. All those words he said, it was in the past, bro.
You can 100.
Go on, sorry.
How to properly do meaty bazooka weeks ago, and I'm not doing it right just because I changed pads.
How? How is that a reason?
Because when I try and do 66236, I get like fucking jump and shit.
Bro.
And then
Bro.
I'm already. Stop.
Bro.
It's just bad habits. It's just bad habits.
Oh my god.
I changed pads and then, like, what I tried to do became uncomfortable and I got sick of fucking it up.
Bro. Have you tried going back to PS4 pad and, after the lean import shit and see if that does anything for you?
No, all my PS4 pads are broken.
Oh, whoops.
That's not a XX issue.
Oh.
Would I watch Zidane on DS4? I would watch Zidane in Exert.
No, you won't. Don't go there.
Why not?
Don't go there, bro. Don't make me beat you in a bad matchup. Don't make me do that, bro. Please. Please don't do it to yourself. No, I only played James. I only played James, Arm, and Flux. It's not a 5-5 day because he would do that stupid ass Nagoyuki bug and I won it. So it'd be like 7-3.
Okay, Josh, look at the screen.
Oh, my bad. I was still watching Gaku. Okay, what am I looking at? Yeah?
This is a punish. It is literally a punish.
Bro, did you just see that Ryan said you're doing a bad setup? So, I understand that I'm punishing your bad setup.
Look how much I ran up. But if I don't run up, then I don't get 5 hits of bazooka, and then they just jump out.
I'm going to train mode right now. I'm fucking going to train mode. Yeah, play replay? Oh, he doesn't like ran up that far, but he definitely didn't do 236X. Oh, you blocked it. You Word.
So you're talking about there. This is
What's
only.
wrong with there?
It doesn't get 5 hits.
What's wrong with that?
I don't have advantage after. Because
That's
the
fine.
bazooka runs out of...
Like, I don't, like, again, Anji fucks up fucking people's Oki. Baiken fucks up people's Oki. Fucking Robokai fucks up people's Oki. Like, I'm sorry you have fucked up Oki, bro. My bad. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, yo, I can't butterfly you. What am I supposed to do? Oh no. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I was just operating under... Look, this is what I'm saying when I say I'm playing Robokai and I'm not playing Guilty Gear. You understand that, right? It's because that thing that I do on every other character doesn't work on him. So I had to, like, find an answer.
Yeah, bro, there's character-specific shit. Like, that happens. Welcome to the past.
But then, like, multiply that by, like, 10 or 15 different things that I'm still playing Robokai.
That's Guilty Gear, bro. Like, that's... No, like, you not having Oki on everyone, that's not Robokai, that's Guilty Gear. Yeah, you always have to factor in how you do Oki and what the enemy's tools are.
It's not an actual... It's not a problem. It's only a problem that I haven't dealt with. I don't know how to... it's not a problem that... It's not actually a problem. You understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's only... There's a problem here, and there's a solution. I don't know the solution. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But you talk like there's no solution. Whenever you play, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I can't do anything.
I'm not always being hyperbolic.
I don't know, bro.
Okay, so when my DP and my dead angle clashes with your shit for no reason, I'm being hyperbolic? That's
like
me?
So first off, when you DP in clash, you don't waste 50 meter, right?
No.
So you don't waste 50 meter. So wait. You don't waste 50 meter.
Yeah.
And you don't die, and you're safe. So I just made your DP safe. What's the problem? That sounds pretty fucking nice.
I don't FDOS because I haven't played a character with a DP in my life.
Well, learn, bro. like Elphelt actually spoiled you, unlike playing fighting game characters.
Is that it?
Yes. It's not even OS. You just mash an FD, bro. Like, damn, calling it OS is fucking hilarious.
Is that Robokai's problem? Or
no,
my
it's your
problem? There's some Robokai problems. There's just shit that he can do to fix the problems, and I don't know them. And then there's problems with Robokai that I just had to accept.
Okay, so
okay.
The other thing is you say you don't know solutions.
I don't know the solutions.
You also tell me you don't watch Gaku matches. You don't watch the best Robokai, and you don't go into training mode.
Because I thought the best way of learning a character that I have like no understanding of would just be to like grind reps, and here I am 6 months later. So I put in the reps.
Okay, so you put in the reps, and then you lose, and you don't go into training mode. Be like, oh, why did I lose here? Why can't I do this?
Because I thought I just had to do the thing better. And then if I can't do the thing better, then I just had to drop the character. But obviously that's not true, because there's still more I could be doing. Yeah, it's just hitting the wall. That's the situation.
Yeah, but you're hitting a wall, and it seems like you keep running into it rather than like being like, yo, is there a door somewhere? Like that's my thing.
Well, that's my flaw in this game specifically. Since this game and rollback generation is, I just play and then I don't. The rollback generation, bro. New arc. I don't take enough time to find solutions to problems that I run into.
Yeah, and like that's fine. Like I'm not angry at you, but I am just a little bothered whenever you say like I can't stop this or this sucks. I definitely get bothered by that when because I understand that you're new, but because you're new, you should never be like, yo, this sucks. Because a lot of times you're just using it wrong. That's what definitely bugs me about like most people learning a game. It's always like, yo, this shit sucks. I can't do anything. Blah blah. I was like, bro, it's 99% of the time you. And like it's fine that it's you. I've
already accepted that. You want me to say it again? It's me, bro.
No, bro. I was just ranting in general.
Okay. I mean, oh, right. Like that's the mindset.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like just read what Ryan said. Like I'm bad at explaining things, but Ryan has my fucking back. But Ryan knows everything.
It's not like these are tiny things. Anyone can say, I can do X better, but if it's tiny, insignificant things, it's whatever. But the things I say are, I can do better, are like major fundamental things with the character. Like not doing Bazooka Oki, right?
Yeah,
well,
like
it's two different things, right? It's two. I wish I could like make a Venn diagram, right? Well, maybe we can.
Well, actually, but also things like so like when you when I say punish me and you're like, yeah, but I get nothing. And I'm like, what's nothing? It's like, oh, like you said, you do first class super, and you said that's nothing. When in reality, you get 100 plus damage, you get all your meter back, and on full screen, and you act like that's bad because like you don't get Oki when it's just like, that's good. That's actually really good for your character. You get free fucking. You spend meter and get all of it back for no reason, and I have to approach you.
But what about Oki?
Yo, I'm gonna. Bro.
You understand? Okay.
Yeah, like what they said. Like you get inferior Oki, but it's the best you could do against that setup, and so you work with it from there, and that's fine.
Here we go, bro. We're going to the Venn diagram.
All right.
We're going to the Venn diagram. Okay. Problems with Robokai. So we have two circles. We have one circle with me being bad, and the other circle with Robokai. Can we say Robokai being bad?
Just say like Robokai things. No, don't say Robokai being bad. Say Robokai things.
They're Robokai things. Okay.
Yeah.
we're gonna be sensitive towards Robokai. Why is this a Venn diagram? Because there is no reason.
I was waiting.
So we have two circles. Problems with Robokai. This is how we illustrate the issue. Okay? We have two circles. The first circle is me being bad. Okay?
Okay.
Also, everybody in the chat, this is something you can do, right? When you complain, you can do it. Also. And the other circle is Robokai problems. Okay, so here we are. Alright, let's start with a good one. 5-frame jump startup. Robokai problem or me being bad?
It's a Robokai problem.
Okay, here we go. Where's the font? So we need to put things into circles. We need to fix the things where...
Bro, did you make that so small because you're gonna fill up the entire circle? Like, what the fuck?
No, it wasn't meant to be that small. Oh, shit. Hold up.
Bro, he's been making a list. It'd be mad easy. Oh, he's leaving.
They don't need me. They don't need me. So... Basically, the reason why I'm doing it like this is... Also, let's go. Let's put... There we go. Zoom in. Zoom in. Can I, like, zoom in on a gradient? Okay, we're gonna turn off my camera. Or we're gonna move me. Okay, here we go. So here. There's only so many things that I can fix. And if I get stuck on problems in the right circle... then I'm not going to focus on the left circle, which is me being bad. So I need to flip the mindset, right? So we need to establish things that we can't change about Robokai. It's an 8-year-old game. There's nothing I or we can do, right?
Sure.
We can't give Abba 6 blood packs. We can't give Robokai a 4-frame jump startup. So we need to have presumptions. 5-frame jump startup. Robokai problem. Tiny jump. Okay.
Tiny jump an issue?
Tiny jump's an issue.
Okay.
His jump's bitly. Let's see. Air combos don't knock down. Okay.
Air combos don't knock down is not a problem.
Is
Half of my air
not?
combos don't knock down. No, it's not.
You choose not to let them knock down.
No.
Okay,
like
okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Okay. Combos consume all resources.
Is that a problem when you have a mat and you get all your resources back and you get 10% meter per instant block?
It's a pretty big problem that my character turns off. My character turns off when I have no meter. Okay, let's do that.
Oh, so you don't have to dump all your meter. Like you do like 3-5 heavy slash every season air combo. You can do like 1 or 2, bro.
That's
like
awesome.
You're choosing to dump all your resources.
When the character, okay, so we're gonna put that problem on the left. I dump all my resources when I do my combos.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm being bad.
Yeah. Not optimal combo choices.
Unoptimal combo choices.
Day, I told him to watch Gaku a day or 2 ago, and he told me he never watched a Gaku match a day in his life. Besides when like we were watching them like just for funsies, and I'm tilted. I'm so tilted, man. Gaku is so fucking good. Come on, bro.
I don't co-sign that. I don't co-sign it.
You don't think Gaku is good, bro? Come on.
I don't. That's not true. I've watched a Gaku match in my life, maybe.
Alright, man. Gaku got touch of death.
Okay.
Damn.
Missiles have landing recovery on 1 jump. This is a problem.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
This is not a problem. This is a problem for me. But is it not actually a problem? This is not a Robokai problem?
I mean, it's a problem you can easily circumvent that you choose not to. Like it sucks having land recovery, but you could get rid of it, and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna do missiles on land. And it's like, whoa. You need a circle for not a real problem. I agree with that.
I mean, fuck it. Well, it's a problem you play into rather than around. Okay. So we'll put it in the me being bad circle.
So again, like that's more like you choosing not to do the right thing. Like a lot of this stuff could just be like you wanna play the character or do a certain thing, but it doesn't work that way, and you still brute force it.
Because I think I'm good enough to carry it.
Yeah, but like the stuff you do is not even like carryable. Like poor combo choice and like choosing to do missiles and get land recovery. That's not like, yo, I'm gonna carry this. Like, what do you do? Like that's not the way it works.
Okay, here we go. Which one does this go in? 2S knockdown is unreliable.
That is a character-specific problem. Yeah, so you can put that as a problem. I mean, again, I think there were fallbacks. There were other combos you can do 6P, but I mean, like, sure, it doesn't hit all characters.
2K2S knockdown is unreliable. To be specific.
Sure, yeah, that's a character problem. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, like what Ryan's saying, like, you turn it into a problem because you want to do one specific thing, and the character cannot do that thing. It's like the same way James blames Roger and says like Roger's bad. because James wants to do stupid shit with Roger. That's not the way like that mechanic works. It's like the exact same thing.
Okay, there we go. I'm trying to, guys. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. I'm getting This is definitely class right now, but I'll thank you later. So, I think that is actually the problem. Daymendo said, "I'm treating Missile too much like Pineberry because
you're treating Oki like it's the one true god, where it's just like maybe for Elphelt, but a lot of characters like Butterfly Oki is actually not. Yeah, but like Butterfly Oki is not like anything special. It's good, but it's no like Milia Disc or like other shit like that, like No Testament. Like it's not like your Oki isn't the end all be all. Robokai's Oki is not like, yo, I need this. Like this is how I win. That's not how Robokai wins.
How does he win?
It's good to have Oki.
How does he win?
He wins by hitting you once and exploding you. By managing his heat meter and getting the fucking optimal combos.
So one shot, Nagoriyuki?
Well, no, because he has fucking actual movement.
Yeah. I mean, is that true?
I mean, we can watch Gaku matches. Yeah, he just needs to recalibrate his sense of neutral. I agree.
Look, a little bit of background about me, selfishly. The way I learned how to play this game is I had Reload, and there was a netcode patch for Reload on PC, and that's how I learned to play for like 7 years until Xer came out in like 2014, right? And the character I played was Baiken. You know where this is going, right? You just counter everything. I just run in, I counter everything. I can't get punished because I have Sakura, right? So my brain is basically sick. And now I'm just
played all the Russian Reload Slayers.
Yeah. I got by loop. That's the first thing that happened to me on netplay is I got by loop 100 to 0. Anyways, so we have this problem where I played this character that's super strong and she has super great options like in a lot of places and nimble movement and like the ability to control the screen, and now I'm trying to take, I'm good at Guilty Gear, sure, right? But I'm trying to make a playstyle for Robokai like that can't exist, right? That's it.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we've gone through it already. I'm just explaining like how it is.
Yeah.
Like Robokai, he doesn't have like amazing mix-up. I mean, he has an overhead. He doesn't have amazing mix-up. He doesn't have like amazing normals. He has missiles, but it's not that it can't exist, it's that it's so hard, right? And I need to know more. I'm not saying I can't play like that. Because Guilty Gear is like, if you work hard enough, you can make anything happen, right? But right now, my capability with Robokai is like not there. Bro. They're telling me come back to work. I'm not going to.
What is TK Force Break?
It's like you can instant overhead like JK or something.
Oh, you mean the bicycle Force Break?
Yeah, that's like things like that. Like, it's not something I'm thinking about because I'm still trying to do the basics. That's the problem.
You have another problem too.
Okay, what's the other problem?
Playing against someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, so I struggle. It's not like I can't win, but
no,
it doesn't really. What does that mean? What does it mean to win, right?
It's not helping you fix your problems or learn how to do the proper thing with Robokai if you're playing someone a lot better than you in the game because I know what I'm doing. I know what Anji does. I know what Robokai does. You don't know what either character really does. So it's like it's not really a good tool to improve. It's not the best tool to improve. Obviously,
I mean,
you want to play
that's something I would tell.
You get better, But when you're just learning a game and learning a character, you don't want to play someone that knows the game because there's too many. Like you're getting overloaded in like 10 different ways.
Look, so I mean that's not something I would expect to hear, right?
Day, why you gotta Day? What the fuck's your problem, bro?
I mean he's completely correct. You're unpredictable. So
Nah.
you're gonna present me with a lot of different solutions, and it's like Armando says, the RMO5. Like the stack gets overloaded, right? Too many requests.
Well, you should never listen to Jorge. First of all, he is a liar.
Word.
But yeah, what I'm saying is that like you're adding another problem onto like the problems of learning the game and learning your character, which you don't actually need to add. Like you don't actually need to play like me, or like someone's been playing the game for like 20 years.
Yeah, but that's not something that I think. Like I went to Evo 3 years in a row. I got top 16 every year. But
Okay.
then I can go. I had to go over to this game, and then I can't play with like the same people that I play with because they're too good. Is that it?
But like, it's different skill sets. It's like, yo, I'm got like in this one job, and so like I applied, like I'm got like this office job, so like I applied for construction work, and like I'm sore and I can't lift these things up. Like, what's happening? Like, am I bad, guys? Like that's what you're saying. Like just because it says Guilty Gear doesn't mean it's the same exact thing.
So you're saying I need to. It's like Pokemon, and I need to get my gym badges and then come back, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying that.
Well, obviously, it's not conductive to just grind
Like,
out games with you. If I play like 100
yeah,
games,
yeah.
I'm just gonna get overloaded. Of course.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to not play, but what I am saying is that you definitely have to learn more about how your character works and the proper setups and the proper combos and how to use buttons better and neutral. And you have to
Well,
get past your own issues of like, hey, I want to do this, but it's bad, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm saying you have to like do a lot of things, and then finding someone who knows what they're doing just adds frustration and might make you feel helpless because like, yo, I can't do this, and they're doing this. Like, I'm just saying it's another added like
well, that's not what I
weight on
did
your
when
back.
the rollback patch happened. We said, okay, what character am I playing? I said, oh, this Gaku guy, Rokai. Okay, cool. And then like week 2, I started playing with Elven Shadow and fucking Jacob Pat. I was like, okay. And then I got my ass beat. And then I'm here playing with like Zidane and playing with like Potemkin players, and I'm still getting my ass beat. So it's like, I guess I needed to build up my foundation more.
Yo, real talk,
Way more.
like the replay show was nice, but we need an online training mode. I think online training mode would be some next level shit, and it would make things a lot easier.
I mean, that's something that could be just hacked in. You just set everybody to have infinite life and just run it. I'm sure they will.
I mean, alright, well.
Study my options versus Anji's pressure better. I die a lot from guessing very wrong on defense. Well, okay. I'm guessing because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
You want me to say it again?
No, I'm not like, bro, I'm not fuck.
No.
Bro.
Okay, we're going back to the we're going back to the circles. We're going back to the circles. It's very like, this is all like very metaphorical, right? So that's why I wanted to. That's why you study, walk before you run. I thought my inbred skills could just carry me through. And then I said, okay, why am I losing? And then I blamed the character. I thought all the problems on the left were in the right circle, when obviously that's not true, right?
Right.
Right. 500 jump startup though.
Yeah, that sucks. No one's defending that. Oh no, I knocked over my headphones. What have I done?
Okay.
Hey, why don't you just join the call? You're in the same server.
The good news is that some of the stuff on the left is so fundamental that if I fix one or two of these things, it will make a huge difference. Of course, I could fix like all of these things. Right?
Yes, I hope so. I believe so.
Alright, what's another thing that I complain about? That isn't true.
I don't. I mean, when you say you don't get any reward because it's not the reward you want, I don't know if that's there, but, you know.
It's... Well, we had to talk about what do you define as reward?
Okay, when you say, like, you know, like, if you punish first session with your first session to super, you're like, that's no reward. When you did, like, let's say 100 damage, and on full screen, and you set up a mat so you gain 50-meter bat. So again, you just gotta punish. You got 100 damage punish, pretty much, like, neutral meter gain, like, that's not a problem, but you act like that's a problem. You say that's nothing, because you get no
That's
OP.
like, so... Like,
Yeah.
I guess, it is in the literal sense reward. But when I think reward, I think half of somebody's life, because I'm an Xrd player. And that's Xrd. But this is not Xrd.
I mean, Robokai can... Like, not everyone can get a Half-Life punish on everything. Not even Elphelt can do that, bro. It's like
I
shit,
can get a
even
Half-Life
Stride
punish,
can't
but
do that.
I'm not gonna Half-Life punish, like, you know... Look. So there's one way to learn, and that's to actually do it. I want more reward. I want more reward state. That's what I want.
I want $1 million, bro. All right, like, that's cool.
We're talking about reward state. We're not talking about $1 million.
That wasn't like the punch. It was like if I do like first session with it, whatever. Yeah, sure that. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, like right here.
Yeah. Can you do run up? It's not set the block. You didn't make him block. What did he?
Look at Venom. What's my reward for whiff punishing something? /ball? Well... You sacrifice. Look. The problem... So I can kill anybody in one hit, right? If I get the right hit, they literally just die and then I IK them. No? No? That's not a sacrifice?
Yeah, that's why I was laughing. I was waiting for Otachi to say some wild shit, and then he paused.
That's your sacrifice for having ball set and having stinger and having carcass raid, right? Isn't it like equivalent exchange?
What is Testament sacrifice for having Exy Beast and Skull and Tree and Web?
Well, that's why this game sucks.
Damn. Damn.
Is that not it?
Damn.
Is that not it? What is Testament sacrifice?
Nothing. Is that why the game sucks? What does Elphelt sacrifice? Nothing. Does that mean Exit sucks?
She does sacrifice.
Shut the fuck, yo.
She literally sacrifices. You understand that, right?
No, like she sacrificed the other person, because that's how she avoided like nerfs. Is that what you mean? Like, yeah, I understand that.
If somebody can beat me using Elphelt, then the character has to make sacrifices for her power. She can still lose.
Yo.
Why does what reason does Testament have to lose?
Testament can still lose.
How?
What are you saying, bro? What are you actually saying? I don't know if you're fucking with me or you actually believe the things you're saying.
All right, half fucking, half serious. I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. They finally patched Testament.
Look.
Smooth.
Elphelt has flaws. Elphelt has flaws. Elphelt has flaws. Does Testament have flaws?
What are Elphelt's flaws?
She's bad at anti-airing.
She has close.
It's a proximity normal.
No, shut up. Not only does she have close slash, they for some reason, unbeknownst to God and man, made her 6P an anti-air.
It's not an anti-air.
Shut the fuck up, it has invo, it's an anti-air.
It's an anti-air by accident.
Yeah, because I gave it invo. I'm glad we agree.
Okay. Alright. What is a weakness?
Yo, what is man? What is man, Hotashi? Like,
what is a weakness?
What are you saying, bro?
What is a weakness?
Hotashi, can I just say...
What's up?
You're going from playing a very straightforward character to a character that requires a lot of nuances.
Okay, that's true.
So,
and that's not something.
You have to change your mindset to play this character.
Yes. It's not apples to oranges.
You cannot play this character like, oh, I just need a one touch them and I'll be fine.
I mean, that happens sometimes.
It
doesn't mean that's the goal.
Enough.
Yeah. And even if that was the character, you don't even practice to the point where you could do that consistently, which is also a problem.
Like, you can't think too much about, like, well, I have high damage, so the way I should be winning high damage combos. You also have to, like, study a lot of the small reward stuff that you can be getting, but you're not. Like, this is kind of the same issue with Exert Slayer. I can counter hit you and like fucking destroy you, or I can get lucky K Dandy and kill you.
Right.
But most of the time I have to like chip away and get like small reward whenever I can.
That's not something that I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I thought there would be idiosyncrasies and little things that I would have to like, you know, adjust. I'm not always gonna get like super reward, right? But I didn't know it would be this much.
Yes.
Because the characters work.
And
that's where I'm at 6 months later. Every character's
even
work?
Even Elphelt was work, okay. I'll admit
but
that.
she's just
I
strong.
cannot pick up Elphelt and just play her.
No one can. Yeah, there's the character strong enough you can just pick up and play and beat better players. That doesn't exist in any fighting game.
It doesn't mean that, like, no, she's not a strong character.
Sure. Stripepot says, what's up? That's true.
Shroud's not a real fighting game, Pep. I'm sorry. I had to let that out there. I got all the paychecks from Arxis. I'm just throwing it out there.
So, my mindset for this character has been all wrong. From the start, basically.
I don't know.
Yes.
Just the character, but also like how you're approaching learning this game.
Well, wait. Let me interrupt. So, if you want to do that thing, and you're committed, and you won't change, then Robokai is the wrong character for you.
Right.
If you're willing to change, or willing to try, then you can continue playing Robokai. But, you say you've been playing for 6 months, and you have the same issues, and I hope that you might have realized what those issues might be, and you haven't changed much. So, just like, if you want to do the thing...
I don't know enough about... It's like you say, I don't know enough, so I can't discern what problem is in which circle, right?
Yeah, but here's what I'm trying to say. If you want to do the thing, you could just pick someone else that does the thing, and that's fine.
Okay.
So it might not be a problem, just be that, you know, Robokai just doesn't fit how you want to play the game. If you do want to, like, learn other things, like learn how to do a different thing, then sure, you continue playing.
Well, that's why I picked Robokai, is because I wanted to learn how to do a different thing.
Okay. Hotachi.
Okay.
You've played other fighting games, right? You've gotten pretty good at other fighting games.
Yeah.
What kind of characters have you been picking, though?
In BlazBlue, I played Hawkaman, and then that didn't fit me because he was not linear. So then I played a more basic character like Platinum, you know, basic mix, you know, neutral projectiles, and that fit me more.
Okay.
In Extra, I played Elphelt, cool. And Uni, I play Eltnum, who's like all range, all threat at all range, right? So I want like more. I want Fret and like balanced power at all ranges, right? The ability to influence like my opponent's movements safely, like screen control, right? So
Yes.
all of the characters that I play have screen control. Like even Seal and Melty Blood, screen control.
Okay.
But Robokai, when I try and establish like screen control with, missiles, I get shit on because missiles have landing recovery, and then I'm like,
okay,
fuck Robokai.
So missiles are completely different because if you counter hit with them, you do afterlife. Like other zoning tools, they don't really do that.
Okay.
So that's part of why missiles is like.
Yeah,
So
I play
so
Fox and
laggy,
Snake
right?
and do you know who I am? Yeah, Fox and Snake and Smash Bros. Also, like all like just the ability to influence. Yeah, but missiles, the reward is extreme. It's true.
Yeah, it's extreme, but it's also like fairly risky. Like the way you're using it, you're not really respecting how risky it actually is, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize until I play like super good people, and then it's like, well, naturally I
Like,
have all this meter, and
see,
then I
like
want to bust missiles, right?
you can say that, but how long have you been playing Josh? Like you've definitely played him more than a month, right?
Maybe here and there before this, but like
So like
100
how
games to last month, maybe.
I'm just saying you can't really you shouldn't be using that as an excuse still, I feel.
Was
Yeah. And I mean, you play people like Ryan. I don't know who else. I don't know other good players you play. I know you play Pep. I don't know if you play Day. Again, I don't know what. I'm sure you play a good amount of good / strong players.
okay.
And I
And
mean,
I never thought that much about it because I'm like, good enough to keep up despite not doing it right. Right?
Yeah, but if is your goal only to keep up, or is it to like,
Well,
turn it into your favor eventually, or get even or something? Like, if you wanted to just like get okay, I can occasionally get a win, then you can just keep doing what you're doing. But
right, that's true.
that it doesn't sound like that's what you want. So if you want better results, you definitely need to change how you're approaching the game and this character.
I thought I would be good enough to not have to do that, but that turned out not to be true.
I mean that's just like hubris. That's pride. You have to let go of it a
Well,
bit.
that's like my number one flaw as a player is hubris.
Okay.
So no shit, I wouldn't run into it now in like a different way. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just it's not skill, it's mindset.
Yeah,
So
mindset.
I I play all these other fighting games and I can beat
I mean,
I beat Goichi once when he was like drunk off an airplane.
Yeah, well,
but
I
like,
mean,
In
does that
Melty
mean
Blood,
that's
anything?
pride. That's just
Who
pride
cares?
still.
but
Like, but who
Like
but
cares?
I can still do the
that's
thing.
like a that's like a trophy you can put on your shelf. But
Who
But I thought
cares
I would
if
be
you
good enough
beat
to brute force it.
someone drunk in a game in one match?
But it's Goichi.
Wait, what does that mean? Bro,
It
Lupe
doesn't
beat
mean
Daigo!
it doesn't mean
Lupe
anything
beat
in the end.
Daigo!
Yo, for real.
like
So that's
don't get hung up on something like that.
Yeah.
Like
no, I'm not hung up on
that's
it. I'm just like
something
illustrating like
that's
that's
like
what
a
the problem
story
is.
you can share. It's not gonna affect your skill in the match when you play.
Yeah.
And no, in the grand scheme, like the biggest thing is since I play Xrd, I thought I could just play Robo and then I'd be as like good as Mike or something eventually. Just play and learn.
Like you're forgetting how much effort you put in to get to that point in Xrd though.
Like years and
Are
years.
you suggesting that like you automatically have something similar carried over to this game?
Well, it says Guilty Gear on the title. I thought like,
What does that mean?
That doesn't
it's
really mean
it's the
anything.
same.
It's still fighting games, or like okay,
I still have to relearn.
even if you were playing Xrd, so let's say you picked a different character instead of Elphelt, you think just because you played Elphelt that long, your next character is gonna be that good already?
Well, it's not the character.
It's not the character?
What's that mean?
No, I mean, it doesn't matter, like, if the character is, like... What I'm saying is I understand what you're saying. Like, it doesn't matter if I played Exert for this amount of hours with this character. Like, that's a pre-assumption that the skills would just transfer over and I don't have to, like, relearn from the ground up.
Just because you have the experience doesn't mean there's, like... Are you applying your experience meaningfully, basically? Like, it's not that you don't have something to pull from, it's that you're thinking about things in the wrong way, I guess.
Right. I'm only...
Like the whole thing about the discussion about reward earlier, where you're like, oh, I don't get me bazooka, so I don't have reward anymore.
Well, that's what I think of when I think reward state. Is...
Like, but even for Elphelt, sometimes, like, you wouldn't be able to get Meanie Pineberry, right?
Right.
But it's not like you didn't have rewards still.
Well, I guess I mean, Robokai is just that different, and I tried to force it, and I can't. So I just need to go back to learning.
Being able to get the Mii Bazooka is fairly decent reward.
Right.
But sometimes you have to accept that you won't always get it.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a problem with Robokai, because I look at, like, Testament doing, like, whatever he wants.
Testament is one of the best characters in the game, though. That's the problem.
You notice how, like, Elphelt can do whatever she wants, and she's also one of the best characters in the game?
That's
making, crazy,
like, right? you don't really have a good perspective of what a bad or, like, a worse character reward is like.
I don't.
Like, you know, you've played me and Exert enough times, right? Have you noticed, like, what my reward is like with Slayer?
Sometimes you get slash mappa and you can't sweep me because I'm standing and it's not a counter hit, like things like that. And then it's like afterwards it's RPS, and you could just get grabbed at any moment.
It's bad RPS because the spacing's not favorable to me.
Right.
And I don't even have frame advantage, but I have to take that reward.
But it is reward.
It is reward, yeah. Or at least it denies the other player some of their reward.
Right. The reward is also they're not playing the game. The reward is Anji isn't in my face.
They're not doing a string on you and getting.
Right, Anji's not in my face like doing 5P. And
you have to accept what you can do rather than like pine because you don't have like what you had before. It doesn't suck, it's just what you have, like.
So I have to work with what I have, of course.
Yeah, but you're just like, you know, it seems like you don't want to, you're still doing the thing.
I mean, you have these things, but you're kind of just like tossing them to the side sometimes. Like, you don't recognize them as providing the reward that, you know, that they actually do.
I mean,
yeah, like again, you need, like what else? You need to watch Gaku. You need to watch him and then like figure out why he's doing what he does.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's doing what he does.
You're definitely underlooking, like, or you're not treating the whole meter thing like as big as a challenge as it is. Like, I think it's a much bigger hurdle than you're looking at it as.
What do you mean?
Like, your complaints about Robokai.
Okay.
I feel like the more you study the meter management, you get a lot more consistency.
Just overall. I don't understand what I'm missing about his meter though.
If you're dumping your meter poorly, your risk reward is worse. And then 2, because you're not getting a knockdown there, your situation after the combo is also worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my meter usage is not doing much
is
for me.
very, 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 very important. Because you don't get many chances with this character, right? Like
Right.
you've had so many cases where like, okay, I've brought him down to like 20%. And then oops, I have 0 meter, I'm in the corner now.
Right.
And then you sort of just like die from that. So you have to make the
treat it as
most. You have to
circumstance.
make the most of any opportunity you get with this character.
Like it's
Like
not.
yeah, he's very flawed. So you have to be able to play around the flaws.
You don't always do the same combo because you have the meter or you landed the one hit. You look at the meter they have, or burst, or hey, can I get this Oki setup if I do this instead? Do I want Oki or do I want to get the most damage possible and then go back to neutral? There are like more things to think about than like I land the 5 heavy, I dump all my meter and do like 3 more. Like right there, you just did 2 5 heavy slashes and block string. It's like okay, it's like you just wait the 50 meter.
Yeah,
Because
like
I'm afraid of 2S. That's why I did it.
honestly, this is a similar thing that I had to do with Exert Slayer. Like, okay, if I can't kill you, but I do land a touch and can RC it, I may not RC all the time.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to spend the meter unless I can definitely kill you. Or put you in a near kill situation.
Yeah. I do have Anji. Like I could choose. I could. I sometimes choose damage, or I sometimes choose a 2D Oki. 2D Oki, I sacrifice like 100 damage, but I look at your resource and I'd rather have Oki in the corner than like more damage and a unsafe setup. And other times I want to choose damage because I realize that I cannot get Oki, or I look at your meter and burst, and yeah, it really all depends.
I mean, I thought the whole idea was just like, okay, chill, get Matt, build up like 75%, and then game time. Like, just hit them once and they get stunned, or they lose like 70%.
I mean, it could be, but what happens if you hit them and then you drop the or like you do an unoptimal combo, you waste all your meter? What happens if you hit them and like it's pot? You can't one shot dizzy him.
Yeah, or what if you drop your combo after the FRC?
Yeah, it's like
a lot of things can happen. So you have to like design your game plan around things not working out the way you want them to.
This might sound fucked up like a joke, and I'm not making a joke, but you need to not play a one-player game with Roboguy.
I mean, it's interactive, of course.
But you don't treat it that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm too busy trying to do my shit correctly.
Well, okay, sometimes there are a lot of situations where you don't have to think about it. Like on defense, you don't... Wait, sometimes you're blocking and your heat's already high and you might overheat. Fine,
Okay.
Then you have to kind of look at your heat. But a lot of times, you need to focus more on what they're doing instead of looking at your heat and meter.
Well, with like 3
like just
resources
when you're dealing with pressure. No, like don't think about the resource. Like you think about the resource when you want to optimize. But before you get to the optimize, you need to like have some kind of foundation on like how do I deal with Anji doing his stuff like 5H, 3S 5H, stuff like that, or like random stomps. Like in those situations, it doesn't matter how high your heat or meter is, right? You just need to learn what your options are. So once you start building those things up, then you can think about, okay, like what can I do if I am at like certain heat or certain meter?
Bro, I told you yesterday you could air instant block and ground throw.
I know. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Experimentation is.
Word.
Oh, or even if you're not punishing it, if you IB it, it's minus.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed you never challenged when you IB'd the stuff.
He threw me once, but it was only once, and I was like, okay.
I'm pressing things and then nothing happens.
Then so your timing is your timing needs to get better.
Right.
So that's what training mode is for.
Have you tried 6 ping? I wasn't watching.
6
ping? I don't think it's gonna work. But if you tried 6 ping, I don't think it's gonna work. But try it later. Okay,
I know I can do it. It's just like tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think like the safest punish is air instant block. Great ground. I think that's just safe as shit.
If we condense it down to like just Robokai versus Anji, then I have to work on all the problems here. I have to work around the flaws of the character. Okay, I have to accept this. But then all of this I need to fix on my own. And then I can think about Anji. Right?
Yeah, but some of that stuff is easy. Like,
right.
Go back
of course.
Go back to the diagram.
Okay. Some of this stuff is easy, really?
Bazooka timing is wrong? Yeah, that's easy. Not resting with air grab? Yeah, that's easy. DP too much? Yeah, that's easy. Dump all your resources, do combos? Yeah, like you can stop all of that or change it very easily. I'm not telling you to learn a new control scheme, to fucking, do like 8 one-frame lengths, like, play like crisscross. Like, come on. Just don't DP as much. Just learn the proper bazooka timing training mode. Just learn how to do fucking circle and X at the same time. Like, those are simple things to do. Those are very simple things to do. Missile land recovery, again, you could
avoid it.
Yeah, there are easy ways to avoid it. You could not mash an air missiles as much. You could literally cross out everything and only leave forcing the square into the circle, because that's all of these problems. All of these problems, like, you want to force the square into a circle and it doesn't work out.
Okay, well, think about it a different way. If you're let's say you're having all these problems when you're fighting Josh, who's a much stronger player in this game than you. What are you doing when you're fighting weaker players than you? Like, what are you getting out of those matches? Oh wait, he's not even here.
He said, "Fuck this." He said, "Fuck you, dude." That was a good point, though.
No, I'm gonna hit him with it again when he comes back.
We're on the same okie. I respect that. Yeah, like, whenever me and Day play, like, I check Twitter and Day has like 5 videos that I can punish Angie doing this. If I instant block this, I can answer with that. This isn't safe. I can return back to neutral. And like, I'll play Otashi and he'll do the same thing like a few days later. And I mean, I'm not like insulting him. I'm actually not shitting on him at all. I'm just saying that he could be doing a lot of things better. And yeah, like, it's not the character. Day is a sweat. Just one single drop of sweat.
Character, I guess. No, yeah, I am sweaty, but
I mean, I'm not saying Robokai is an amazing character, but all the stuff he complains about, like, because of where he's at and what he's trying to do, I can't accurately say, like, even some of it is Robokai. I think a majority of it is him. And then, like, once he gets past all this stuff, go on.
I sweat because I want to sweat, but like, Hotashi wants the sweaty results without sweating.
Yes.
Which is wrong.
I'm here.
I purposely did like Fujin into Rin like so many times back to back. Like, I don't play like that. I actually don't play like that. And I'm like waiting for the 2K. He did like 2K like once or twice. It's like, I'll try to be like, yo, get used to this. Like, hey, just go low, and it's like, yeah.
I don't play against Sanji enough, so. And then
sure, but I'm saying go in training mode.
Yeah. But my failure was starting with you, like the literal best Anji in the country, right?
Bro, like when the game came out and you asked to play me, I said no, I will not play you. Just picked up the game. I'm not gonna play you.
I don't care as much as you're saying, Otashi. Like, just because he's the best doesn't mean you can't focus on learning how to deal with certain options.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that's my failure. That's my failure. Is because I haven't taken the time to learn on my own.
But
yes,
I'm not saying this. Dave's not saying it to just you admit that and we're gonna laugh at you. Like, don't just say it. Like just do it. Like, yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to do it.
Recognize it, but like, yeah, okay, that's great. That's fucking fantastic.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm saying like that's a pass. Yeah. She's in the pass. I'm saying like how I'm explaining like how I got here, and like how I live it. I'm externalizing it as an issue.
Yeah,
okay. Ryan's here. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Yeah, I might have to go at some point, but it was easier at this point to get in here than type everything. Okay, look. So I just wanna. I don't know if you read what I wrote in the chat, but
I'm reading.
I think it's like so important that you recognize the meter thing, because I think it's like so fundamental to the character. And like the more I'm thinking about it, like I think it's like not like shitting on you or anything. I think it's like a frame of mind thing, because the more I was thinking about it, this is not really something that, first of all, it's totally different in Exerd, period, because there's no FRCs. So in Exerd, if you get a hit and you're going to spend resources, the first like step up is 50%. You can't spend less than 50%. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like the meter management in Exerd is totally different than what you're dealing with now.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Elphelt or anything like that. So like the way I see you play the character, like you said it yourself, like I said it in chat, it's like your mindset is like, okay, I'm gonna turtle up, I'm gonna build a bunch of meter, and I'm gonna hit them, and I'm gonna cash out. And
Sure.
the thing is, like, with the right hit, that is the right mentality. Like if you hit counter hit missile, yeah, you go for that like max stun, because you could end the whole match off of one combo potentially, right? Like one combo and one hit, stun them, it's over. But if you just get like a normal hit, you hit them with like 2K2S, 5H FRC, or you hit them with like, non-counter hit Horsey, or like, just like a normal starter, like Robo Tackle. You hit them with like Robo Tackle or whatever.
Right.
Like you're not intended, in my opinion. This is how I would play the character. This is how I think when I look at the character. This is what strikes me as the playstyle. You're not intended to cash out. You're intended to like any other character. You're managing your meter for like damage and utility. You're trying to maximize damage and utility while keeping some in reserve for future potential. You know what I mean? So that your next hit also counts. Because what keeps happening is you cash out, you have no meter, and then you have no potential for future damage. And because you didn't hit them with the right starter, you didn't get close enough to winning the match off the first hit. So like, because when you guys were talking about this before, you were saying like, well, what if things don't go right or whatever? To me, it's not even about that. Things could go perfect. You hit an optimal combo, that's great. But if it wasn't the right starter, you still have no place to go from there. You know what I mean? It's not like you killed them just because you did the optimal combo.
Right.
Off of most starters, you're just doing, 40%, 50%, whatever it is. You still got a long way to go. That's not the end of the match. So managing the meter is just like so absolutely fundamental to the character. And I think it's just like, the more I was thinking about it, I was like, I didn't even put that together, that in Exerd, it's totally different, because if you have momentum in Exerd, the way you spend meter is like completely different, because there's no FRC on hit or on I mean, you could YRC on block, I guess, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I never thought about it like that. So, say I get like a normal hit, like Robo Tackle, and I spend 50% of my meter, right? And that's all I have. So I do, 5H, JS, JH, Rocket. Like, I've done damage, but what does that do for momentum?
Well, again, it's up to you on the player and the character. Like if you fight Pot, right? You knock him back full screen, you did like 40% damage up to life lead. That's great. Pot has like only has a fucking handful to get in.
No. I'm not asking it of Robokai. I'm asking it of myself. Like, it doesn't. There is no momentum from that. Really, it just moves the life bar. I've lost meter. They're in the air. I have heat. Like,
you don't need momentum always. You don't. It's always not.
It doesn't give me momentum. But
yeah. He's agreeing. He's agreeing, Josh. He's like stating it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Unless I'm misunderstanding.
Well, but are you saying that no momentum is a bad thing? Are you saying that?
No, I'm saying like I need to pick when I cash out. Right now, I don't.
Because he's agreeing, because like what you're saying is correct. Is that like off of most of those hits, because you're not going to have momentum, and you acknowledge that, it's even more easy to see why it's so important that you keep some meter in the tank, so that you can, because the thing is, like, level 3 missile is really good at getting momentum, right? If they don't react right away and you actually get the missile off, you almost just get in for free, right? Like it's one of the best ways to just like take momentum that like any character has. So to me, it's like, that's why I like cringe even more when I see you like literally drain your meter down to 0, and then we're back in neutral, and you are forced to like lay a mat to try to regain meter. You can't even like threaten you with anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why you always feel like you're getting rushed down, because a lot of the time you don't have meter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or they start your pressure off of you laying the mat.
Exactly.
Right.
I thought that was just a part of the character. I thought that was just a life.
Yeah, no, I think it is sometimes, but I don't think it is as often as you like put yourself in that position.
Like, this is why you need to watch videos to get more perspective.
Right. Yeah.
Like the character is like a little bit different than vanilla, but I play this character a lot in vanilla. He was like my favorite sub character, and I would spend meter like very cautiously. You know what I mean? Because the threat of having level 3 specials is just changes the way you get to play. You know what I mean? It's like Abba and Baroha. Like you just have better options. You know?
That's not something I considered.
Well, I actually think he's a lot different in Plus R, because what you said about how like level 3 is Abba and Roja, they changed that more to like heat mode is Roja mode now, because
yeah.
his normals in like level 3 heat are actually broken. They're incredibly broken. And like I don't think you ever plan to be in level 3 heat to take advantage of Tashi, which is fine because you're still learning. But I'm just saying that I think he's very different.
It's something that I saw and then I opted. I said like I'm not good enough to like be in this mode.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying one day you will learn and it will be amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not even there yet because I'm still like trying to confront the basics.
Like, I feel like you're kind of running into a classic problem where it's like you see that big chunk of damage and you feel like that's way better reward than anything else. But
that's
like,
that dopamine shit.
Level 3 specials.
Okay.
So strong.
Yeah.
It's something you need to consider way more.
I want to fill the screen with missiles because that shit feels good.
See, and the other thing is this actually I think is also a specific Elphelt issue, is that with Elphelt you don't have to choose, right? Like when you get a hit with Elphelt, you get all the reward. You don't have to choose. Do I want screen positioning? Do I want better Oki? Do I want max damage? You literally just get all of them, right? Like sometimes you have to spend 50% to get the right combo, right? To like transition your starter to the right route. But once you get the route, you like basically almost always take them to the corner. You basically always get like shotgun or pineberry Oki, right?
Yes.
Whereas like most other characters, maybe not most, maybe that's too much of a word. I would have to actually like sit down and look at it. But a lot of other characters, that is not the life that those characters live. A lot of characters, like take Venom for example.
A lot of characters in this game have to do Oki or damage. It's not both.
That is like a classic Guilty Gear thing. That's actually when I used to tell people about Guilty Gear, that was always like my favorite thing about the game, is that a lot of characters sacrifice damage for Oki because Oki is so strong. That's like the classic Guilty Gear thing, is you sacrifice damage for Oki. So when you talk about like, you know, not getting knockdowns and stuff like that, it's like so foreign to me because that's just like the reality of the game. It's just that, you know, for some characters are blessed where everything they do knocks down and they get like the same Oki off of all their knockdowns, but that is not standard. You know what I mean?
Like, Hotashi, do you understand how fucked up Pineberry and Bridal Express are? Like, actually understand?
I can do the same game plan for every character, same combo for every character. The situation after Bridal is the same, like, every time,
always
basically.
Good. Always good. Everything is always good, and like again, the character doesn't even matter. Maybe they have a DP, like I'm gonna change my setup because of DP, but like other characters have to deal with like they have to look at so many of the resources and the hitbox have to change their entire combo system up, like playing what they want. Elphelt just does the thing, and it works out, and everything works out.
Well, like there's shit about Pineberry where it's like, even if you string into it and it's unsafe, like you have to like react so precisely to actually do anything about it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the idiosyncrasies are all on my opponent. It's not something that I have to think about. I mean, I do, but nothing like, you know, what the opponent has to deal with. I understand what you mean.
So
like, even if I understand,
I think it's just like you have to like reframe the way you're like thinking about, like, once you guys started talking about reward, I was like, all right, this is too much to type. I got to get in here because it's like so important, because it really is like fundamental to the character, and I don't think it's something that you've both because of Exert and because of Elphelt, it's not something that you've had to really like concentrate on. You know what I mean? Right. So like while you're playing, you're playing it like very straightforward, where it's like, okay, I got my hit, I'm just gonna cash out, just gonna like do my damage, but.
I never had to think about my reward.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess, like, depending on the character that you play with, right? I guess you don't have to think about, like, certain things all the time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Like if I'm playing against Baiken, it changes, right? Because every hit I just do max damage because there is no Oki, like it doesn't, screen positioning doesn't matter. I just need to do max damage every hit. So it changes, you know, based on the character, but yeah. But even that, you have to be aware of that.
I mean, well, even when we play Uni, the combos, they're all the same on every character. You know, the pressure is the same. You know, I adjust slightly, like, per character, but, like, the reward is the same. The Oki
That's
is
a
the
different
same.
game. That's a different game.
Can we watch a Gaku match instead of watching your replays?
Sure.
Please.
Force Gaku. My boss is gonna be tight at me.
Tell him to hold that.
I'm actually doing work while we're talking. That's godlike.
That's the pro shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, 40p. So we're here and back again.
That's how you know it's good. It has to be 240p, otherwise it's not legit.
On a DVD player, yeah.
No, on VHS, but what are you talking about DVD player?
So this is Gaku versus Ein. Top level Kai from Japan.
See, he got punished. He took the meter. He laid the mat. Got look at his meter now. Dude.
Just like string into mat.
I do string into mat.
I mean, string to mat smartly.
Oh, that was a godlike block string, actually.
Especially against Anji. You have to really think about when you string into it.
I like that close slash with 2p into 2k. It's really quick. That's tricky, actually.
I look at close slash with 2p and I just think, like, why would I ever whiff this normal? To give my opponent a chance to play.
You play Uni,
It's to mix up the timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should. I'm actually surprised you said that. That should be pretty natural to you from Uni. That's like a very Uni thing.
Well, no.
I guess it's something you didn't really think about before.
Because if I do reverse beat with Robokai, close slash, reverse beat 2B, make it whiff, and then I hit them with 5S, and either they didn't do anything or whatever they did doesn't, like, counter hit them. Like, compared to Uni, where, like, if they mash in that block string, even when I'm full screen as Elnum, like, I still get a combo. But this is Robokai.
Game.
This is a different game and a different
that's not even about the character. That's about Uni.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like do whiff 2p / every time. You could whiff 2p into other things.
Yeah, he did whiff 2p 2k, and I think he just autopiloted 2s also. But I mean, that's a pretty good reward. Getting a knockdown, getting another mat set.
Right.
I mean, again, it's context. It's context about what is good reward. Like again, I'm gonna put it in Venom frame of mind because I'm a Venom player, but like for because it is kind of similar. Like just getting the knockdown, getting the Oki, getting the pressure, like that's good reward.
Right.
I want to say something, but I'll let Ryan finish. Like, if you rewind 20 seconds, instead of anti-airing, he just lays down a mat. Because he knows he's going to get, like, 40% from the mat, and then he's going to insta-block and get, like, all his meter. So I'm like, that was really good.
Like, the mat low profiles of it, too, right?
Yeah. So, like, he just didn't even choose the anti-Akai. He just took the meter game, which is, like, that's fucking smart as fuck.
I always thought, like, there's a correct answer to every situation, so why not fight?
There's not like a single correct answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes there's multiple correct answers.
Yeah.
I thought the correct answer was the one that ended with them being dead.
There's different levels of correctness.
Yeah, but dead isn't just like the correct answer is I land the combo when you're dead. Dead's like, I get the meter, I spend it wisely, I bait their shit, then they slowly die. It's like, there's many paths to them dying.
Right.
Also, I mean, this I hope is kind of obvious, but you can't only have one answer in any situation. Otherwise, it stops being the best answer. You have to at least have two, but ideally even more than that. The more answers that you have, the better each one becomes.
Yeah.
Dead is a spectrum.
Especially when it comes to execution, some answers need to be like simple execution.
See how he adapted the combo to the heat level, by the way?
Some of them can be more complex.
Yeah, I saw.
And he got a knockdown.
Yeah.
That's heat. That's heat robo. It's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm never in heat unless it's a mistake. So.
Yeah, but that's a meter management thing.
Yeah.
You also do punch super a lot, so you actually are in heat a lot of times.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't know any strings to do after, but I should. So
well, you could do the headbutt follow-up because it lowers heat afterwards.
You should replay this round because this is a good because we're talking about heat. Look at how he managed his heat in this round. Because this is also something that like when I started getting better with Robokai, this is the kind of stuff that I try to do is using single normals to balance heat. See, he does one jump H, then he's going to do single 6P, and now he knows like where he is in the heat, so he can actually just like sit at the right heat.
Yeah.
Like he never blows off steam. He just like sits in the right heat the whole rest of the round. Like here, obviously,
I don't want to.
but...
Well, you see, that's it. I don't want to sit in heat because if I sit in heat, then I won't be able to do missiles. So I'll just scale myself. So I
but he didn't have to do missiles. He was just pressuring them.
Yeah.
Right. But
you don't
that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
That's my.
I mean,
that's
that's fine, and that's totally valid. If you want that to be your playstyle, that's fine. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just thinking, like, well, okay, now I like kind of get it.
See, if you're doing pressure, you don't have to do specials. Like you can just use this heat normals, which are godly.
Right. Yeah, I always looked at like missiles as like the neutral tool. Like if I want to try to get in, like I just do a couple of level 3 missiles, I'm going in.
Jorge is shocked that Gaku has got like neutral when I told him he did.
Oh, you see the meaty 6H? Like that's something you don't do much at all either.
Isn't it like pretty plus? Like level 3 heat?
It's plus. Level 2 is plus by default. Level 3 is minus, but it's more active frames, so it could be more plus than level 2.
Yeah.
How many active frames? I could look it up. Actually, does level 2 have?
I think it's like 12.
So it's already plus, and it's a shitload of active frames, so it could be like plus a million. I didn't know that.
Hashing 4H so much.
Oh wow, it's plus 3 and it has 14 active frames. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, what is this menu?
Oh, it really is a DVD.
What the fuck?
I think he's doing something for work.
Tashi, turn off the stream.
That's pretty funny.
Wait, have we been talking among ourselves about Hotashi this whole time?
We've been talking about Hotashi the whole time, yes?
No, without Hotashi.
No, I don't know. It's only been like a minute or so.
Okay.
That's broken.
Like Robokai is really good. I think it's funny that he's like bottom 3. Like he might be bottom 3, but I don't think he's bad. I really don't think he's bad at all.
Yeah, I was saying this the other day. I think that the like accepted tier lists for this game are like complete nonsense. Like I don't know where they came from. Like I don't know if they actually came from like good players or like where like they converged into the accepted tier list. But like the top 3 seems like obvious. Like I think it's easy to see the good characters are good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the characters that people say are bad, like okay, Bridget, sure, but like yeah, I agree. Like Robokai, like what is?
I mean, like so, like the accepted bottom 3 is like it's like Robokai, Abba, and Bridget. And the only thing
Abba, that is nonsense. Sorry.
Wait, the only thing I can say guaranteed is that all 3 of them share the same thing. Where to do a thing a better character does, it takes them like 2 hits, where another character take 1. So I get that, but I don't think they're bad because of that.
Bro, like I do not think Abba is a bad character. I'm sorry.
No, I don't either.
Maybe I'm wrong. I think she's insane. Like in Maroha, she's like the best character in the game. So yeah, you have to like get into Maroha, but like boo fucking who? It's like I'm sorry, but like it's not that hard to get into Maroha. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for the reward you get, like Jesus Christ.
I think her matches against top tier must be pretty bad though.
Yeah, she probably has bad matches. I mean, she does have bad matchups.
Like awful matches against like Testament.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that also. Yeah, I'm sure the Testament matchup is actually horrible, but like, that's why they're top tier. I'm not saying she's top tier. I'm definitely not saying she's top tier. But like bottom 3.
No, like she could be, but people think like that means she's trash. No, the bottom 3 are not trash.
That's true. That's true. Because yeah, like as I'm thinking about it, like who would I say is worse? That's the thing. Like I don't really think that they're that many like actual bad characters. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe bottom 3 could be, but yeah, she's still like very fucking good.
Yeah.
Right.
Word.
Yeah, that shit always like tilts me. Like I can't stand that shit. Like people like, and I think it's just like a momentum thing. It's just like a herd mentality thing.
Right.
Where like people are so quick. Like somebody mentions ABBA and everyone's like, "Oh, she's so bad." Bop, bop, bop. You know, it's like, well,
is that not the same thing for Elphelt?
So bad, bro.
Yeah.
So Hotashi, you know, like you're complaining like, oh, I don't get momentum for my missile combo, but you see like Gaku got hit after his missile combo in the corner last round, but he didn't really care. Like you have to think about the damage differential.
Yeah, like see right there, he didn't try to do 2K2S. He did 2K fucking Steam to blow off heat. It's like
he knew that
he knows he's not
2K2S wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying like you don't do that, and that's something you could like, fuck the knockdown. You let out Steam, maybe layer mad, just go into neutral. That's cool.
Right.
Like for Slayer, like sometimes I won't get momentum either, but at least the opponent has to make up the damage difference.
Bro, he's just chilling. I mean, he was just chilling in the corner, but I mean, like he didn't try to bust down to the very end. I mean, Josh, Robokai got buffed from like top tier in AC to bottom 3 and plus R. That was godlike. That was one of my favorite things about this game.
So X copy Gaku.
Sure.
You don't need to X copy. You just like look for good things.
It's a mindset thing, really. Overall.
You should watch him and figure out why he does what he does.
Yes,
and then once you understand that, like everything starts making sense.
Yeah, it's not. I would say the opposite. It's not about X copy. I don't think you're that kind of player. I think it's more exactly like what Josh has said. Understand why he's doing what he's doing, so you can get ideas of like, oh, he's doing this combo route because he was already at like this kind of heat, and if he does like the route that I usually do, he would overheat or whatever.
Of course.
Like,
well, now my challenge is. So I say the solution is, talking about me, right? The solution is twofold. Number one, like identify problems that I have, which I have. I got the circles, and then work to resolve those, which I can do like on my own, right? And then the third problem, which is I don't know how to fight other characters, I'll be ready to do, because I'm not thinking about like what I need to be doing with Robokai, because right now I don't know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But
you'd be able to understand how to play the game before you can deal with like specific character matchups or character interactions.
Right. See, like there, he didn't do 6P because he knew it wouldn't combo, so he set a missile at like the money range.
Yeah.
So there's a secret problem. There's like problem 0 for like everybody watching, which is undoing a bad habit, right? I
wouldn't say bad habit. It's mindset. Just getting into the right mindset.
Or just recognizing that.
That's even harder for me.
You're using are not good options.
Right.
Or you need to use them more precisely. Like it's not really about removing things. Sometimes it's about.
Oh my god.
Again, missile loop. I never since like you say you didn't want to play...
look at that fucking damage.
Yeah, and he took him to the corner. Oh, it didn't knock down.
And he didn't send
any
meter. It's ridiculous.
Have I ever done this before, studying match videos like this? Constantly. Not in this game though. This is not a new thing to me. It's just something that I elected not to do. I thought I could just pick up and play.
I'm assuming you're not taking plus R super, super seriously.
Right, of course.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure like how much you actually like cared to.
Yeah.
I didn't like set out to like play this game in like tournament or anything, but even then, like just to like play with like Ryan or like Daymendo, like I have like a lot to work on. So I need to like be a little bit more serious. If I'm going to complain that like, I can't do this and this, like the solutions are there, right? I like this combo.
A beast.
Yeah, it's like watching him is making me want to pick up the character again. It's like looks so cool.
He looks cool, and then like you try and play him.
Well, the thing is, like, the thing that I always loved about the character is like exactly what we're talking about. I loved the idea of the meter management because like this is what I said like a long time ago in chat. Like you were talking about jump H,
Right.
and it's like I looked at all these moves like 6H, jump H, like 6P. These are like god buttons that are balanced by the fact that they rely on heat, right? So it's like you have to balance like when you choose to use these moves because they're like that strong that they have like this extra restriction, you know, that has to be balanced. That's the way I look at the moves because like all those moves are like ridiculous.
Who's Lemke?
Japanese Anji player.
Is he godlike?
He's okay.
So where's Gaku versus Lemke? It probably doesn't exist.
I mean, look at him. It might exist.
That would be nice.
So, Hotashi, you know, like,
what's that?
How you like to do punch super a lot.
Sure.
Why do you never do the headbutt?
Cause, when you do the headbutt in high heat, it's situational based on where you are on the screen. Like if it's gonna bounce and like leave you in a bad position. And I would like to keep the heat. And when you don't let the punch super rock and they fall straight down, but like you're like,
why do you want to keep the heat when you said you're not even like learning the high heat stuff?
I
got him. He fucking got you, bro.
Like I feel like you need to headbutt more with the way you're trying to play because it lowers heat. And then it adds damage without you having to add more punches, which add.
Well, the other thing is that again, he said it knocks him back full screen, and in his mind he's losing Oki and he's losing momentum, and you know it's
the knockdown is context sensitive. That's why.
Just do the low heat headbutt. You don't have to do the fire headbutt. You know.
Oh, I mean that one is disadvantage. Knockdown, I think.
I mean, to be honest, I think you use the super too much to begin with. I wouldn't even really use it. Like, I don't even think it's a good super. Like, I think it's situational for like killing them, or like what we were talking about earlier, very specific punishes where you're trying to squeeze damage out of a situation where it's your only option. You know, like from a range or something like that.
Right.
But it's like it really like in a lot of the situations where you use it, it doesn't even do enough damage to justify. Again, this goes back to like meter management. It's like you have to balance all these things. Like I'm spending, you know, it's like you go to the store with $1, you're trying to get the most bang for your buck, right? And like depending on like what your current state is, that matters. Like if you're in the fucking desert, you're buying, you know, half a glass of water with your $100, right? But it's like I'm going to Publix on a Friday afternoon. It's like I'm trying to like maximize my money, right? So like the beginning of the round is the Friday afternoon. You're like, you know, you hit him with a command throw. I'm not trying to like cash out my whole $100 on fucking 20 damage. You know what I mean? It's like it's not enough.
That's not an idea or that's not a line of reasoning that I had before. Like you brought it up like half an hour or 45 minutes ago. Like that my meter management was not like the right path, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, now that the line of reasoning is there, it's like okay, you know, of course. The potential is there, like, or you're just right. That's what it is.
Bro, every time I watch Gaku, you need to use 6P more in combos as punishes. This button is a god button.
I'm telling you, all the buttons that raise your heat, they're godlike because they're the drawback is that they raise heat, so you can't just use them everywhere, right? Like they're balanced by the fact that they raise heat, so you can't abuse them, but when you don't have high heat, you should be abusing them. That's like the point of the moves. Like, like it blew my mind earlier. Like, I don't know if I misunderstood. It sounded like you said jump H was bad, and I was like,
that's what people tell me is JH is bad.
What
I don't
way?
know why it's bad. I just.
Why are you listening to them?
Like the hitbox is.
They're more senior.
Insane. The hitbox is insane. The reward is like.
I appreciate it.
The reward is potentially very high. Like, yeah, jump H, super good, I think, in my opinion.
Guys, I'd love to thank you all, but you know, we're doing this turned into like this is stuff that like I think about, but they help me out a lot with like
a meaty 2S
externalizing it. So
this is nasty.
Yeah, that's
so damn mad follows. QQ Staffo.
I'd be coaching with Sally. He's just like, yo, do the thing better.
Your favorite Coke dealer. I like your name. J Rad Stone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rose Lockhart, Senior Children, Gooey Dirty Boots, and Just Meta Gaming TV. I appreciate the host.
Also, I know it's like obviously specific to playing the game, but yeah, he insta blocks a lot because he wants the free meter. I think him getting 1 block for insta block is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
But again, it's all balanced by like he gains
Yeah.
heat blocks, right? So like yeah, again, like everything is balanced by heat.
Stick bug, you want to
I always forget, does delay wake up raise heat or lower heat? It raises heat, right? The only thing that lowers heat is force break and 6H, right?
It might
And
barely
super.
raise heat. It's unnoticeable.
Yeah, it's very
let's-
little, right?
It's completely
check that
unnoticeable.
Dust loop plus our,
Like I didn't even know. I wouldn't have thought it existed until you said something. Like it might not. That's how much it raises.
No,
heat.
I'm pretty sure it does, or at least it did in vanilla.
I remember seeing it in the frame data too.
But I'm not missing anything, right? The only things that lower heat are force break, the punch super, and like overclock technically because you can't overheat. Right?
Idea of like
punches
thinking
raise
about
heat,
it
but
this
the
way
headbutt lowers heat.
is that
exactly.
this is
There's nothing
like all of this is stuff that I
easy
could have
list on
told
Dust
you
Loop that says what lowers heat, because there's like a section on the heat gauge that tells you what
on
happens
my
when you have
own.
higher heat, but they don't list what lowers it, and
But
they probably should. It'd
the
probably be a
subject
lot
is me.
helpful for a lot of
So
vocabularies.
it's just
yeah,
a
and
way
it should have
we're
both,
illustrating.
It would be nice to have a
like,
list of which
mindset
moves
issues,
raise heat
right?
and how much, because it varies so much. Like
and
6P,
developing strong mindset.
if you do all 3 hits at 6P, it's like that in itself almost overheats you, like by itself.
Yeah, it doesn't say delayed get a mess with heat. It just says that
that's why we're doing this.
0.4% meter, and it gives
there
the
isn't
opponent
enough.
2% meter.
This is stuff that I want to talk about.
The frame
Because I can.
tells you like how
I
many
just
degrees it changes the heat, but
gotta
it doesn't
gotta
really
make
tell you
the
what that means
content.
based on the in-game gauge.
Thanks for coming out and talking like this. It's pretty
Okay.
I mean, this is stuff like if I like mold on it a lot, I would be able to like discuss it or like fix my problems, right? Obviously, if I go through and watch like 10 replays, I'll be able to figure like this stuff out eventually. But to talk about it, I'm not so good at, talking about it by myself.
I just see you suffering like every day because you're just like fighting against the character, and it's like I can't watch you suffer like this. Like you need to like, seriously, it's like you just fighting the character. Like like you said it yourself. Like you just feel like you're fighting the character. That's exactly why. It's because you are fighting the character because you're trying to like twist the character into doing these things that it's not gonna do.
Exactly.
And like to be honest, I think you're placing too much stock into analyzing your own replays.
Oh well, I mean, obviously. Right. There's only so much I can learn. Like, okay, punish this here, do this here. Like, don't use missiles like this. But my game plan is like not good enough.
You're learning to punish the situations that you enforce, but they might not be good situations. And the player you're playing against, like
might be abusing me,
or not knowing like the proper like set. Like I'm just saying that watching replays of people you fight, like lower skill or better skill, whatever the fuck, like you're not actually learning what could possibly be the best situation.
Right. Of course. So it's important to vary.
I feel like you might be focusing on the wrong things too when you're looking at your replays.
Meaning, what I mean, if you improve from it, how can it be wrong?
Well, in the sense that like you see a situation like, all right, now I can punish this, I'm gonna dump 100% meter again. Oh wait, they didn't die of 0 meter, I got knocked out, now I'm fucked. What Ryan said earlier. You can learn in your mind what the best punish is, but it might not actually be the best punish with your resources, used.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things in GG you have to like think about the risk reward and the RPS.
Of course.
And if you're only looking at your replays, you might kind of tunnel on like specific things instead of like the broader picture.
Sure.
With like option rotation and everything.
Zidane streams.
I mean, I do stream whenever I play. I stream like
you don't stream under the Guilty Gear XX accent core category.
You're on a shadow tag when you stream.
Oh. I'll change it next time.
Guys, all 120 of you guys want to follow Zidane stream?
Don't do that.
Here, I'm gonna post a link. Go follow his stream. He streams in the evening. Go learn something about Anji. But
I mean, if you have questions, you can always ask me somewhere, like on Twitter, and I'll try and answer them. I'm not a good teacher. I am not a good teacher. I will try to help you, but I'm sorry, I'm just not a good teacher.
It's okay. Most people aren't.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
but
very easy to be a good teacher.
I'm sorry. I always remember that whole thing with you about top players being like not teaching. When I'm just like, bro, I just suck at it. I'm just awful. I'm sorry.
I've figured that out over the years.
I will say, like, you know, stuff about like mindset and like what I need to be doing as like a game plan. Like, it's something I know, but it's not something that I thought about for like years and years and years and years.
It's something you know, but I feel like you're a bit rigid in how you're thinking about the structure of it.
Right.
Well, again, if you think back to the last 5 years of playing Elphelt, it's like when you like take a second and like close your eyes and think about this. You get a hit with Elphelt, right?
Okay.
What decisions are you making in that moment that you land a hit?
Am I gonna spend meter? Am I going to do 5H? Is my opponent crouching? How much health does my opponent...
Wait. Are you telling me when you have meter, you actually make a choice or not when to spend it? You don't always spend it? Because I'm no joke surprised.
No.
I'm a little surprised. Okay.
I don't always spend it.
So you're just like thinking about the hit confirm. You're not really thinking about, you know, what happens on block.
Well, I was asked. I hit my opponent. Was that not the question?
Yeah.
What happens when I hit my opponent?
So sure, but like part of hit confirm is like for a lot of characters they don't have that many normals to hit confirm with. So you may have to consider what string you're actually comboing with. So it'd be decent on block as well sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I was more asking him like when he does get the hit, like he's already confirmed, like he's hit him, you know, with a couple of moves or whatever. Like,
yeah,
you know, what is like the normal, like Elphelt considerations? You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
it's
like
all about range. What range are they at?
Right.
And the farther they are, the worse my confirm is.
Like when I think of Elphelt, I think like, oh, she has 5k close slash, which like almost always works. And then from far slash dust almost always works. Or if it's crouch, she has 2H. Like she has so many hits to confirm with.
Right. I'm not thinking
really
about like the confirm itself.
You don't have to think about the on block situation.
Yeah,
Almost any spacing is good on block for her as well.
So like the point I was trying to make is like a lot of the stuff you described, with the exception of the meter, is all like about getting the hit confirm. I'm talking about like the moment after that. Like you already confirmed that they're like crouching. Like you know, like, okay, that they are crouching. I need to do a crouching combo.
Sure.
But it's like, you know, you didn't mention like screen positioning. Like, do I want to take them to the corner or not? You know what I mean? It's like I guess that kind of like goes hand in hand with like spending meter, spending 50%.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I thought in like the most absolute vacuum situation possible.
Right. The point I'm just trying to make is that like I think in general, if you were to like sit down and like make a list of those types of things that like what you had to consider, and again, I think this is part Exerd and then part Elphelt both, and then you did the same thing with Robokai. It's going to be and it's not specific to Robokai either. I think again it's specific to this game with FRCs and force breaks. But then also it's just like this is more common than not for a lot of characters in Guilty Gear, that the list is going to be way longer than what you're used to for Elphelt and Exerd. Does that make sense?
Can you rewind that, Hotachi, by the way?
Sure.
So when he does the command dash move for the meter, but he doesn't actually take the meter. Yeah, no, he does 6P for a better setup, and you usually always just take the meter when it's like.
But he already has a shit ton of meter.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
that's his consideration.
But see, look, this is a perfect example. He could have did 5H FRC and like cashed out a bunch of meter, which I feel like is what you would have done. You would have done like 5H FRC, jump S, missile, and then this is the spot that you always talk about where you're like, I feel like I'm in a shitty spot here because I have landing recovery, they neutral tech, or they get out of the corner.
I have no
like,
meter,
notice he's taking the knockdown and he's getting into the right heat range because he's doing 6p.
Right.
So he's sacrificing.
He's still got a good setup. He's still got a really good setup too. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. He's sacrificing damage for the Oki, for the situation.
Yeah. Things like this, like making the considerations, I don't like do it during the match because like as like just like a mind share thing is like too intense for me generally.
Right. Well,
like,
but again, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, going back to the Elphelt example, let's say you got a comparable hit like that with Elphelt in the corner like that. What consideration are you making? You're not making any, right? Like, you just do. Like, you're like, what combo does the most damage? Like, that's your consideration, right?
Yeah.
Because, and it also
because I know
gives you knockdown and a godlike setup. It does everything for you.
Anything you do, it always gives you the best Oki, the best knockdown, like in that kind of spot in the corner, right? But you can't. It's more granular than that with most characters. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Like even with Venom, like if I get a hit like that in the corner, I hit like perfect starter, right? Like you get like counter hit, Carcass Rage or some shit, or like I hit Force Break Mad Struggle, like best starter, right?
Right.
I still have to make a decision. Like, do I want to cash out? Like, do I want to do max damage and give you a shitload of burst? Do I want to conserve my meter? Do I want a 3-ball setup or a 2-ball setup? Like, how much? Like I have to look at how much life you have left, how much meter you have. Like, do I want to do Oki that's dead angle safe? Do I want to do Oki that's burst safe? Like, whereas like, with Elphelt, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna do the max damage. I'm gonna do my Pine Berry.
I make considerations.
I know, but it's not. It
doesn't look like it. It's not as granular.
No. Like Ontachi, the way I would look at it, like very similarly, is like what kind of reads are you making when you use certain things with Elphelt versus when you use certain things with Robokai?
Reads?
Yeah. What are you reading that the opponent is doing when you like pull a Pine Berry or when you press 5H or whatever?
Well, I mean, the options are like such a strong default that, it's just like normal.
I mean,
I really don't
forget that. Just like, try to answer as best as you can.
What am I thinking about when I pull Pine Berry or press Fire Slash?
What are you thinking that the opponent is gonna do when you're pressing certain things?
I mean, I'm looking at the situation before that. Is my opponent in range? Is my opponent like running out of air actions? Like, I feel like pulling Pine Berry or pressing Far Slash is a result.
But like, do you think about like, okay, are they trying to chase you down, or are they like waiting for you to do something so they can whiff punish? Like, do you think about things like in that way maybe?
Against very few players. That doesn't really become a consideration unless I'm playing like specific matchups or specific characters. Otherwise, I have like a game plan per character, and then I just try to evade situations like where I would be making like these considerations, like like with punishing or foozies. I can think about it in a very like broad view, but generally I'm not looking for that because I'm like not in that mode of thinking. I guess that might not be all like that might not be what you're looking for. It's not something that I find myself thinking about.
Okay. So it's more just like looking at, is the spacing good for the option, I guess, right?
Yes. If I simply the way like I play fighting game characters is I build like a flowchart, right? A really, really massive flowchart. Even for Elphelt, it's a massive flowchart that I have built, so I don't have to think about like what I'm going to do during the match. I only want to think about responding to the opponent.
So let me put it this way: like you were complaining about missiles earlier,
right?
and that's kind of a slow move.
Sure.
So that's kind of a similar thing with Slayer. Like if I want to punish something with Dandy Step,
Right.
I can't always rely on them being in recovery long enough for Dandy Step to actually punish it.
Sure.
Like I have to be pretty preemptive, so I have to like read their movement. Like I try to read their movement a lot when I use Dandy Step. So like if I were to ask you like what kind of read are you making when you're trying to use missile, what would you say?
There is no read. I just want to fill the screen.
Well, I think that's part of the
Well,
problem. If you're
no.
used, then
If I'm just going to nothing is happening on the screen and I'm just using missiles, then I just want to put something on the screen to influence my opponent, like, and see like how they act. It's not that I'm like mindless. I'm going like what I do for if we have like 3 segments of a game plan, like 1 neutral, number 2 offense, and then number 3 Okazime. I'm not going to modify. I'm going to modify like how. I'm only going to modify the neutral. I'm not going to like change like. I guess like my setup or.
so you're saying you're modifying the neutral, but that's based on the opponent reacting to the missile. But what if they were already doing something at the same time as your missile? Then like
well,
you
I
agree
respond
that you
accordingly.
would have to have more of a read, right?
Right.
Like I don't feel like Robokai has like super great reactive options is I guess
Yeah.
part of the point I'm trying to make.
And that's the
Like
type of player
you
I am.
can't
I'm like
expect to
reactive.
be like I'm making them react a certain way, then I will react and destroy them. Like I'm not really seeing like Robokai being that kind of character, you know.
I agree 100%. This is what I was saying
style.
to yeah, Hitachi and I were talking about this yesterday. I was saying like I feel like his type of character is like a nimble character where he can be like quick on his feet and like react to what the opponent is doing like very quickly, like in the moment, like be able to like flow with the character and like react quickly to what they're doing. And I told him I was like that is not Robokai. I look at Robokai as like he's like a little mini Potemkin where it's like you build up slowly and like you're trying to like push you're trying to like slowly build momentum. He's like a freight train, you know what I mean? It's he's not like nimble.
Can I say something real quick? So it was a while ago, but you guys were talking. When you said you just do missiles in neutral, Hanzo said something great, which is that if you always do the option in the situation, then it is mindless. And I'm not calling you mindless, but when you say like, oh, I just want to influence what they do, but like, you don't like. You said you do it in neutral because that's the thing to do, but like, are you looking at their meter? Are you looking at your meter? Like, when you dump 4 missiles in neutral against me, what's that really get you? If I just sit there and block and super jump away, you just wasted 4% meter. Yeah, so it's
well,
like.
Now that you ask me, it's nothing.
Yeah, so like.
Well, okay, it's more like this. So, I have full meter, and I use one missile, and then you're not doing anything. But there's still like that time where you could either IAD, you could Fujin, you could be running under. So I say, okay, I want to shoot another missile because I'm scared. Because I know I want to make you afraid of approaching, or I want to cover a potential approach. So that's missile.
Why, like what Josh is saying is he doesn't have to approach with the way you're using missile.
But again, I'm not calling you mindless,
but
I'm saying you are using the tool mindlessly because you just said like, oh, it's this thing to do in neutral. Like it's just the thing to make them react. But it's like, I understand that, but instead of doing it once, you will do it like 2 to 4+ times, and then you're dumping almost half your bar for some chip damage.
Right.
I think I actually like disagree with both of you, like to some extent. Like when you do too many missiles, yeah, that's like unnecessary. But like the thing is, I don't think it's so much about like getting them to react. I feel like missiles to me was always like the gateway. Like you lock them down with missiles because with Robokai, just running at them is a mix-up, right? Because you have like not against Angie because he's fucking auto guard, but like against most characters, just Robo Tackle and Command Grab is already like a strong mix up. All you have to do is run at them, right? So like if you just like get missiles on the screen and it opens the door for you to like run at them,
right?
That already in itself is a reward, right? So like I think it's like a little bit of both. I think it's like a little bit of both.
That's great. Yeah, but I'm more talking about when he does like multiple missiles, like both full screen.
Yeah,
and just dumping bars and missiles, and I'm just like, why? Like that's what I'm saying. Because he said he just does it because like it's the neutral thing. But I'm just like, you shouldn't just do it, even if it's a god move. You should definitely like. You should definitely have a reason for doing it.
Do it for a purpose. Yeah.
That was my time point. That was my time point.
The purpose would be to make. I mean, this is like completely different than every other character that I play, where I can influence like the flow from like in a safe way, whereas Robokai like cannot necessarily.
Yeah, like you had a purpose, but it wasn't good.
Right.
So it's like it's not necessarily a weakness of Robokai or weakness of you as a player. It's just a weakness of how you're looking at Robokai.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep emphasizing like you have to let go of your pride, because then you're thinking too much about your strengths as a player when you're not really applying it correctly to this character yet. Like the keyword is yet, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I have yet to find out like if I can like apply my strengths like as a reactive player, because I'm still not playing him right. So I'm not even there.
That's the thing. Like I agree with that, but yeah, I don't know that Robokai lends himself to that type of playstyle to begin with. You know?
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about is like, again, just use like an easy example, right? Like Pineberry. Pineberry like forces a reaction, right? Like it forces them to like move around or like try to hit it away or like, right? And then you have the opportunity to like react. There's nothing like Robokai is not that type of character.
I'm not gonna make my opponents be scared.
He doesn't have fast options to convert at a lot of ranges.
Right. But it's not even that. He doesn't even have implied. That was the word I was looking for. He doesn't have like an implied threat, right? Like you're not gonna do like the closest thing he has actually is Matt. Actually, now that I think about it, Matt does that. Just like laying a mat and sitting there forces them to do something, right?
Yeah.
That's actually the closest thing that he has to that. But it's not like he doesn't have something that like damages them, that forces them to maneuver around or react a certain way or try to do something. You know what I mean? Like that's like Venom does that, right? Like Venom, you summon a ball, it's like, oh fuck, like I gotta like do something.
Of course, like, exactly.
Well, also I'm gonna say one thing. Like I understand this is a lot of things we're saying. Yeah, and it's a lot of shit to work on. And bro, if you don't want to do it and you want to play a character that fits your style, you can.
I could clean the slate, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know that. Like, in case you're just like, yo, this is a lot of shit. This is too much. Like, it is a lot.
It's not just a lot. It's a lot to undo. Cause
yeah, that too. Yeah.
I've got the muscle memory. Like I've got combos. Like they're okay, but they're not really what I need to be doing. I can win games, but it's like so much muscle memory to undo. Like I could clean the slate.
I don't think it's undoing. I think it's just building up. Like it's not that things you're doing are bad. Some of the stuff you do is correct. It's just not all the time. You have to use other tools at other times. So I don't think it's unlearning. I think it's learning when to do the things you're doing and then learn the other things to supplement when you shouldn't be doing those things.
Okay.
It's about precision. You know, using it more correct spot.
Yes. Like the combos you do, like when we were watching before, like Gaku did a combo, like literally the combo you do, like 5H, missile. He did it to kill him. Like it killed him. You know what I mean? Like that's the time you dump your meter, when it's going to kill them, you know? It actually didn't kill him. It got him like 1%, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't have my chat's being pretty funny. I don't think overclock is the answer. Overclock is like not the answer for me.
I mean, it's a tool. I don't think you should rely on that shit 24/7, but you should look into it. It is a tool. It's a decent tool. It's not like a godlike tool. It shouldn't do it every match, but it's always good to have something, you know, in the back pocket.
I agree with that, and I also agree that I would not even look at it for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely,
until
100%.
you
Yeah.
get like all the other stuff down. That to me is like an advanced like. All right, I'm gonna like add something spicy into my game.
When I fooled with it, I said, I have all these other things to learn before I learn like this crazy tool, which has its own like just a lot going on with it, like how you use it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
reward.
like. If you look at Robokai in a small way, it's like learning like 9 characters, right? Because you have 3 different levels of specials and you have 3 different levels of heat, right? And they all interact differently.
Right.
So like overclock is like a 10th, right? Where it's like the character just plays. It's like X Factor, right? Like he just handles differently. The moves interact differently. So it's just like learning a different character. So yeah.
And I never learned that stuff. So, yeah.
Well,
struggled.
I mean, maybe you did learn it, but
I don't implement it
in a more like in a simpler.
Yeah, like I'm sure you understand it, but just again, like not as insult, but Elphelt it's just so good that it just pretty much does it automatically.
You can say it,
like,
bro. That's that Elphelt Brain.
Like you need
but I mean,
look at things more nuanced.
I mean, it's just more granular. It's the same concept. It's just you haven't looked at it this granularly before. Like my question before, it's like, what do you think about when you get a hit? It's like, okay, yeah, I think about like, were they standing or crouching, and then like spending meter and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's like your choice to spend meter was, do I spend meter, yes or no? It's not like how many blocks of meter do I spend at what point in the combo. Like, how am I spending the meter, right? It's like, it's like, all right, do I want to bridle RC or do I not want to spend the meter?
Like,
you know what I mean? It's like, this is way more granular than that.
Like, think about the long term versus just the short term.
Like, I think it is Elphelt Brain, but you think I'm insulting you when I'm not. It's just like, I'm not joking when Elphelt is so strong that you just don't have to think as much about as many things as other characters. Like, that's just true. That's just a fact.
I think about other things. That's
right.
Yeah,
that's
because you don't have to think
about
it because of the character. Elphelt, yeah.
So maybe she just.
No, she spoiled
you. She
you.
protects me from my weaknesses.
She protects everyone from everyone's weaknesses.
Word.
I would even say Eltnum, but I don't understand Uni enough to say.
Well, she's just a generalist. That's all.
Yeah, but the thing with Eltnum is that Eltnum perfectly fits your playstyle. She's fast, she's quick, like she has good options, like
I can always switch up the speed of the round, like basically like, any time I want.
Yeah, and she also like has a good way to like have an implied threat, so you're like forcing them to like move around, like the fact that you can like shoot in a game where most characters can't threaten you from that range, you know what I mean? God. Like, yeah, so like she just fits your playstyle, like she's more like Elphelt. You know what I mean? Where it's like, all right, I'm going to like force them to react. And then I'm so quick and nimble that I'm going to like counter what they do,
Well, I'm going to say some Elphelt player shit. So to me, my like decision making in neutral as Elphelt is like, I mean, I can just run people over with like, rifle because like they might not know what to do. But it does take like a lot of precision to play her. But the only way I can do that is because my mind share isn't being taken up by like thinking about like what am I gonna do when I get the hit, or like anything like that. Anything related to reward.
Not trying to. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
No one has ever said Elphelt is so easy that again you cannot pick up Elphelt and beat a better player.
But that's a pre-assumption that's very common. We don't have it.
No, but I don't think any character in any fighting game can do that. Any non-Kusuke fighting game, you cannot pick up a top tier character and beat a better player than you because no fighting game character is actually that good.
Okay.
So so when you say you actually have position, I believe you. Like, I am not saying Elphelt is a fucking brainless character.
Sure.
I am saying though that she takes out a lot of things that other characters have to like either think about or fight for.
Okay.
She just has it for free. And that is a major thing. Like that's not just like, oh, she's top tier, so she has it. Like, again, she removes a lot of choices and a lot of thoughts that other people like have to make.
Right.
And she does it because she just gets it like spoon fed to her.
Okay.
So like that's a big thing. So yeah, like I'm not saying you like can't play fighting games. I am just saying that she has influenced you in a way where like you think shit sucks, but that's actually just normal. Like that's actually how fighting games are meant to be.
Yeah.
You are just very spoiled, and there's nothing like wrong with playing a top tier character. It's just Like, you have to understand that things don't suck. This is just like reality. And Elphelt is definitely beyond reality sometimes.
So let me ask you this. Like, you said, I remember you complaining about Robokai's anti-airs a lot, and the meme about Elphelt, she has no anti-airs.
Okay.
Like, what do you think is the difference between those two characters' anti-airs? And how do you feel about the differences? I mean,
well, so the difference between Robokai and Elphelt, like anti-air wise.
yeah, specifically anti-airs.
So the meme with Elphelt having no anti-airs is she has like this dead zone at a 45-degree angle, right? Where if you like IAD at her with like, say like Soul, like JP, JS, JH, like, okay, like Soul is in. Like Soul's winning there. There's like, the only way she can contest at that angle is by doing something preemptively. So we're saying like throw a Pineberry, stick something out like JD, 6H. Like 6H is a big one, or slide under with 2H. That's another big one. Like, don't like try and contest the situation, blitz. So to me, when I say Elphelt has no anti-airs, quote unquote, I'm just saying like Elphelt is not really going to be anti-airing if the opponent like knows what they're doing and knows like approaches. But actually, the opponent is just playing around close slash, so they're not going to be there, right? Whereas,
yeah, but you did have alternatives, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have to preempt. I don't have to have the most like rewarding answer, which is that they get hit, right, or they get air grabbed. But
then what about Robokai?
Robokai's anti-airs. So let's think about 6P. 6P, it has head invuln. It has this weird problem where like you can jump into it. It has a lot of startup. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the problem is it has a lot of startup. So it has this problem where, Anji's okay. He IADs at you, JP, and then you're like, oh, layup 6P, knock him full screen, lay mat. But then he lands in front of you, and then he blocks a 6P.
Your answer against Anji is air throw because I actually cannot air dash jump P at you because you're too short.
It's too hard. It's too hard because of the 5-frame jump.
This has to stop. This has to stop.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
I cannot handle anymore, bro. Venom has a 4-frame jump. You're telling me that 1 frame is making this difference for you? That you cannot air throw because of 1 frame?
He's saying that.
I'm not saying that I can't. I'm saying it's really hard. The timing is different.
No, he's saying it because he's trying to play like a 3-frame jump.
Yeah. You know what? It's hard.
Say that again. 3-frame?
Yeah. Does Elphelt not have 3-frame? Pretty sure.
Who has? I thought there was only 3-frame or 4-frame.
Almost every character is 3-frame.
Okay, yeah. but anyway, the reason why it's hard is because you haven't actually practiced air throwing with a 5-frame jump. It's because you still think you're playing whatever frame jump Elphelt has.
Exactly.
So of course it's hard. So go into training mode.
Okay, can I air grab LG JP if he runs at me? IDs.
Yes.
How?
Peppery does that with Venom, and but Ryan
but JP hits the whole screen.
Bro, there's a hurt box you can throw. What do you?
Air throws are pretty big. I don't know if you noticed.
Okay.
Also, what I look to do is not air throw it from the front. I run under and then air throw from behind. It's way easier. It's like so
or
easy.
You can, you can 2K and then air throw. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, you have options, and again, you think you have one option, like it doesn't work, so it sucks. It's like you have many things.
Like literally, when we were talking about Elphelt's anti-airs, you listed all these other alternatives. Yep. And then for Robokai, you're trying to tell me there's no alternatives. I feel like it's just something you need to think about more,
That's my range of options. Is like, I can 6P or I can get an air grab.
That you're accepted as good right now.
Sure.
And I'm saying you can explore more stuff.
I have a DP.
Or, practice stuff more.
You do have a DP.
Yeah, you do have a DP. I didn't even talk about that. I forgot about that.
I have 5P. I never touch 5P. I never touch DP.
Well, I was gonna mention I don't know 5P's hitbox, but I will say level 3 5P is a fucking terror, and if you get the hit on an airborne opponent, their life is over. So
when it was Gaku versus Ein, he was doing 5P
5P a lot.
sometimes.
Yeah. I saw that, but again, I don't know like how it works against Anji or other characters. But I do know level 3 5P, like level 3 Heat 5P, is a game ender. So.
I mean,
but yeah,
then
like,
I just
again,
need to take that.
I'm not telling you that like it's not a downside. Yeah, having the 5-frame jump start up is fucking shitty. But like and yes, it's going to make it harder, and there will be very certain situations where, you know, maybe you would have been able to get the air throw and now you couldn't because of the 1 frame does matter. But you make it sound like I just can't air throw because I have 5-frame jump start up, and that's just like ridiculous.
I trick. It's not necessarily true. I'm saying, I tricked my brain, bro.
Yeah, I feel like if no one had told you that he had a 5-frame jump startup, you wouldn't even like know. You would you would have just like gotten used to it and just been like, okay.
I think because when I try and air grab Anji, and then I fuck it up because, you know, the jump is just a little bit different. I say like, if I was playing like, you know, Baiken, or if I was playing like Zappa or Elphelt, I would have hit this air grab like easy, because I know I can do it. But then, because, you know, the character is just different.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's
bro,
it.
You know, Anji's super jump is the entire screen, and I can reach you much faster than any other character. See, other characters, I forget about that. I work my air throw, but I don't blame the character. I blame myself. You blame the character.
You learned how to do it with Elphelt, so it doesn't mean you can't learn how to do it again. You just haven't done it yet.
Elphelt definitely spoiled you, bro.
I play other fighting games. It's okay.
Stop.
Nah, we're not going there. Okay.
That's a lie.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Did you play any of them as seriously as Guilty Gear Xrd?
He played Uni seriously.
Okay. How long did you play Uni? I'm sorry.
I played for like a year and a half. I just won tournaments.
He
I was
won
good.
Red Bull Conquest.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. All right, go on, Day. Sorry.
So, like what Hanzo said about the minutia frames are red herring sometimes, that's definitely true. Because like, just thinking about net play, we play like between 1 to 4 frames of lag.
Exactly.
You're telling me that you've never air thrown someone reactively on net play, even in 4 frames?
See, but
like, I can still do it sometimes.
I was thinking that the other day, but I don't think it's a close analogy, but I don't think it's exactly the same because see,
he left. He left.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Hotashi left. Yeah. I was gonna say don't get to a good point yet, right?
Yeah. I'll wait for him to come back. It's a good point, Day, but I think you have to frame it.
Into it. So what's the point? What's the point?
So the thing is, like, it's not exactly the same because but it perfectly illustrates why you're having a problem with it.
Okay.
Because it's not an issue of reaction. Because like Day is saying, if you play a net play and you're getting air grabs, like that is the exact same thing, right? You're just adding like 2 frames to your reaction time.
Okay.
The issue is that you have a feel, and this is what Day was saying before. You have a feel for how to do an instant air throw. Like in your mind, you have a muscle memory of like I hit up, and then in your mind, you kind of know how quickly you can air throw, like when to hit the button. That is different. That's the part that's different with Robokai. It's not an issue of reaction. It's an issue of you have to learn the timing for Robokai. But it's not that you can't do it. It is possible to react. It's only 1 frame different than what I do. So it's not an issue of like reacting. It's just an issue of you have to learn the muscle memory of what the timing is so that you do it properly.
Real talk, 95% of the shit that people say in general about how something is bad and they can't do that, or how the character can't do this, is just them being too lazy to learn how to use it properly. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, like things can be bad, but they're not that bad. Especially in Guilty Gear, things are like never really that bad.
Maybe Exit Pot and Axel, but
wait, which things with Exit Pot?
Everything, bro.
No,
everything. I'm not getting to a budget.
He does things sometimes.
He does okay things sometimes, but they're not okay enough to get past a lot of the way the game's played.
I enjoy the character. It's that my tactics, like everything is just not good enough for me to play with somebody like really good and really be getting a lot from the experience.
they can't be used in the way you want them to be used. That doesn't mean they're bad. They just can't be used that way. They're good.
You haven't developed them enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, sometimes it's not even that they can't be used the way you want. It's that they can't be used the way you want all the time.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, like you have to figure out. You have to, look a little deeper and see like when the right time is.
I tasted for forbidden fruit of power, and now I can't ever have it again. If I worked hard enough, I could probably. I mean,
do you want to work hard enough? Do you want to go into training mode and fix like these 20 million things?
I don't know.
Be honest.
I could.
Yeah, but do you want to? I asked you, do you want to?
Yeah, we know you can. We all are telling you can.
Well,
that's why I'm the only person saying that if you want to pick someone else, go for it. That's why I'm the only person saying that.
You're not the only one. I will copy the logs from yesterday. I literally told him yesterday.
He did.
I said he should play a new character because this character is not his style.
Yeah,
fine. But if he wants to play Robokai, I'm all for it, and I'll help him, but he's got to stop complaining.
Yeah.
Well, 100%. The whole reason why I picked up this character was to prove you and Fernman wrong. Like,
what the fuck did me and James say?
You said Robokai's hard, and I said, nah, I can do it.
Robokai is hard. I didn't say.
Has your opinion changed? Has your opinion changed?
Wait. When you asked who to pick, and you said Robokai, I said, what are you doing? It's like, bro, it's just, saying he's a hard kick doesn't mean you can't do it. It means you have to put in effort. Apparently, you don't want to put into effort because I'm saying, like what? I'm right. I'm still right. He is hard.
Yeah. So you did all this, and you just proved them right, is what I mean.
Yeah. What were you trying to do?
So, I could... Well, I can't fall into the same trap. I have to...
Bro, just fucking play Testament. Just shut up and play Testament.
I'm not playing fucking Testament.
Just fucking play Testament.
I'm not playing Testament.
I think you should
play
Biken.
At least just get off Robokai.
Just play Biken. Just play Biken, man.
Take a break.
I think Biken is like
go play Justice. Let's go.
Yo, don't play Justice. Shut up. Shut up, Dang. Stop this.
So, I have to... If I'm gonna learn him, it has to be because I want to. I get trapped into like
No. If you are going to
like
learn him, you have to learn him and go into training mode and watch videos and ask questions, not just play people for like 6 months.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's efficient learning.
You have to build up your tolerance for how much grinding you're gonna have to do.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be honest, bro. Just pick Biken. There's no training montage. There's no rocking music. Just pick Biken, man.
Like all jokes aside, it's not even like the training montage and the Rocky music. It's like it's like the relearning like a new play style. You know what I mean? It's like all that goes away. You just like play your normal play style and everything will be good.
And you can learn more about the character matchups. Like learn a bit more of like what characters do in this game.
Yeah, it just depends on what you want to do.
Right. I just
like I'm all for it. If you want to learn, Robokai, I'm all for it. You just gotta understand what goes with that. Yeah, you gotta do it the right way.
So, all the 3 or 4 hours I play a day, I can't just like sit in the lobby and like run rotation. I need to train.
It's meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have the right vision of like what you're trying to move to.
There are players that just like I've been playing for like years and I can't win. The character sucks, and they don't understand. They've been playing wrong for years. And that's what you've been doing for these past months.
That's a common Guilty Gear problem.
Right.
No, that's a fighting game problem, period. Yeah. That's a fighting game problem.
Okay.
Time does not mean anything, bro.
Yeah, you gotta spend that time correctly.
Yeah.
Did you see him air throw hostage jump page?
I didn't. Fucking run that back. I want to see that shit.
If you can air throw that, you can air throw anything.
Yeah, seriously.
I struggle with that. Like that shit is you got to be so ready.
Before this.
Go all the way back.
Just yeah.
Run it back.
Fine.
I can learn. I can. I just have to do it.
No, we believe you. Do you want to?
I want to play Robokai. I want to learn Robokai.
Okay.
I want to do the right thing. And I want to work for my reward, and I want to do bombs.
What is your plan for learning?
Damn.
Let me think about that. I had the answer. I just want to communicate it in a clear way.
What's your roadmap to becoming God Robokai? or the best Hotashi Robokai that you want to
Well,
be?
Damn.
I mean, that's you guys. You don't notice, but I've been like training like a Guilty Gear protege. So this is like something that I've given to somebody, but now I had to give it to myself. Give me like 60 seconds. I'll give you the bullet points.
Damn, no joke. Watching Gaku, I really
Lesson
do want to pick this character back up.
Bro,
This
Gaku
character is sick.
Yeah, like there were some characters I watched based on the player where I like when I watched Zero Haas and Plus Aura, I'm like, this is the coolest motherfucking character I've seen in the game.
Yeah.
Like Haas is mad cool in this game. Robokai is mad cool. Do you have any like feelings about that for Plus Aura? I think Axel is actually really cool in this game. I think Axel and Plus Aura is really cool. Yeah, Soul is cool in this game too. But I mean, I play him. Yeah.
Quality.
Gaku uses 6H as immediate a lot. Level 2 6H. He uses it a lot. And like going back to, I know this is like one very specific thing, but the Angie autoguard problem, I bet you that is like a really good solution actually, because you can do it so meaty that you could probably block.
Yeah.
And even if you can't, you can FRC it. Like if you get a
I was gonna say, yeah.
So let me see if this is like an accepted presumption. So assuming that somebody learns a character or learns a fighting game in a methodical way, right? Like they do like strong steps and like put things together in a gradual way. They will be good. Is that like a presumption? Or
well, there's also player skill involved, but yes, they will be good.
They will be
better. They will be better than how they were before.
Right.
They will be better at the character than they were before. Guaranteed.
They won't be worse. But I guess like being quote unquote good is not something that you can like take a T and then stick it in it. Like this is good.
There was some godlike Brian F like tweet chain where he was talking about like skill and quote unquote being good, where it's just like you can be good at anti-airs and be good at anti-airs, you can beat like another quote unquote good player because like their jump ins they think are nice. That doesn't mean you're quote unquote good or better than them. You have a skill that counters another player. Like it's more than being good is more than winning or beating someone. It's even more than placing in tournaments because. So here's my thing. People think that they place in tournaments so they're good, when the reality should be like you're good, so that means you generally place in tournaments.
Sure.
Like I know a lot of players that they place like top 3 or top 8 once or twice, and they think they're nice when they don't understand about like the bracket or the character or a bunch of other things. It's just like your goal shouldn't be just to win. It should be to understand how to play the game and why. Like we're just saying how to play the game that leads you to winning, and you just understand why you win. Like, there's so many more important things than just fucking getting the W. So many more important things.
Like, developing your skills.
Yeah.
That's what I told Ryan yesterday is, like, when we play, and, like, I still win, even though, like, I don't know, like, enough about Robokai, like, to be considered good, right? I mean, I don't even see it as, like, win or lose. In the end, because I mean that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really make you like good. I don't think.
No, it's irrelevant. And I mean, especially like even more so in a casual.
Right.
Like who wins and loses in a casual is like completely irrelevant.
So you have to like shift your definition of. I mean, what is winning? What matters really?
Again, I'm just trying to I was trying to show that like. If you beat someone like who started Guilty Gear 2, started Plus R2, like with you, and you beat them a lot, like you just shouldn't be like, yo, I'm fucking nice. Maybe you should understand, like, you know, I'm beating them because I do this thing better and they know how to counter it. They're also not practicing, or they can't deal with this. Like, there are many things that go into winning and losing. I just hope you think about them and not just like, yo, I win, I'm fucking nice. That's all.
No, like, that's not me.
Okay.
This is a question I wanted to ask you earlier, but you were gone.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about when you're fighting people weaker than you? Like, are you actually trying to practice something in those matches? Are you like looking to read them even though you don't really need to? Because
all I think of is they're fighting my character and not me. So I'm going to play my character and do the thing.
Don't you think you're kind of like you'd be getting more out of those matches.
What do you mean? Getting more out of?
So let's say you're playing someone who you can just run over basically. Like they
Okay,
have no idea what you're doing.
sure.
They like never challenge you.
Okay.
What are you trying to do in that match?
Uh, Teach them.
Teach
Why
them?
are you trying to teach them and not
If it's like
focusing
a
on like
casual, right?
improving yourself?
Well, I can practice something that I've been working on alone, but
Yeah.
at the top of what I'm doing is to teach them. I'm not really like, if I'm playing somebody like worse. Well,
Yeah.
that's if I have like, I'm thinking of like a character like Alpha, where like my understanding is like basically complete.
Like this is how I look at it.
Okay.
Like again with Exert Slayer, I can't really like force things on people a lot of times.
Okay.
Just because like one, I don't get knocked down off a lot of things, so that already changes like how long they can play against me basically, right?
Okay.
So even if they're much worse than me, I still feel like okay, I will try to read them, or like
Well,
okay,
oh,
maybe they don't know what they're doing, so they'll randomly hit me. I still have to play defense properly, even if they
I
can't really win off those
I
hits,
I
right?
develop like my understanding of like what a person's like knowledge might be. Of course, that's all stuff that like I pick up in like the first round. Like, okay, I'll, it's like digging like a rock from underneath the sand. Like, all right,
So
they
I
know like
guess
how to deal with this. They know how to deal with this. Oh, they don't know how to deal with this. They might not have seen this.
like what I wanted to say originally was like basically when you fight Josh, like
Right.
he's giving you so much trouble, right?
Yes, of course.
And then you feel like you can't really learn the matchup. But then the skill level range of players that you might find on net plays like so unpredictable, right?
Sure.
You're not necessarily going to find like an Anji who's on your level that you
Okay.
can play with. You might run to a lot of Anjis who are like much worse than you, and you're kind of forced to like use that, like get some kind of experience from those matches, just
Yeah.
because you can't guarantee you'll find a very even match.
This is all stuff that like we do, of course, but I'm not like mindful about it. Of course, like I'm going to try and like figure things out if I don't know them, if I'm playing against anybody, of course. But
Yeah, but I also like the matchup specific stuff. How are you
right,
practicing that when you do play those players? Because if you feel like you can't really practice that when you're playing against Josh, then you need to figure out how to practice that when you're playing or go to the lab more.
I'll say
Yeah,
one thing
that's
though.
actually exactly what I did. Like what you're saying is exactly what I did, and the last time I played Josh a couple of days ago, I noticed significant improvement. Because the thing is, like Josh is so good that I couldn't practice certain things against him. Like I'm trying to practice like reacting to certain Fujin follow-ups,
sure.
but he's so good at diversifying his offense that it was just too much to try to look for. I literally like could
Yeah,
not
me
do it.
too.
So then I found like I just like randomly ran into some weaker Angie players like the last time I was streaming, and he didn't use every option. Like he never used Stomp. He only used Fujin, and he only used like he didn't even use all the Fujin follow up options. Whoa, whatever that Magus did, I've never seen that before. That was ridiculous. But and it was like perfect because I just like, oh, I'm just gonna like play this guy as long as he want to play, and I'm just gonna practice to reacting to these three options that he actually uses, And then I went into training mode and I used the new training mode features and I worked on the rest of the stuff, and it
Of
made like a
course.
huge difference the last time I played him. It's like exactly what I did.
I was gonna say the one thing where fighting weaker players might be an issue, and it's completely dependent on the character, is depending on how weak they are, like you could just accidentally like I don't know if I want to say run Oki or pressure, but like you could just bully them even doing what you think is new pressure or like new strings. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like in a game like Guilty Gear, where you're like, Oki is so fucking strong. Like, I'm just worried that might happen, even while Tashi's trying new things, where he'll just do one new thing and it'll beat a weaker player, like, because they don't have an answer, obviously, and he'll think it's like, wow, it's amazing, but it might not be.
Like, I know, like, I can discern, like, if something is like strong or if something like should not.
Can you?
Yes.
Can you, bro?
Yes, I can.
I don't know, man. You've been telling me a lot of shit is weak with Robocop. I'm getting kind of shook. Man. I'm not sure.
I think
it's true.
Part of the problem with that is like he was talking about. Well, I talked to the 2 other RoboKai players and they told me this. Like, you can listen to what they say, but you don't.
Yeah.
I don't think you should place that much stock into it.
Until you understand why they said it and understand how the buttons work yourselves, advice is never gonna work. Like, I always like get tired of advice. Like, it was hit the button.
Because I'm new to this game, I'm like more liable.
Yeah.
To listen to like what more senior people like say. That's like the way it works.
Yeah, what Day is saying, I think is correct. It's like, obviously, like you come into this game, you have no fun, you have like no fundamental knowledge, right? You don't know, it's day one, you don't know anything about the character. So like what you did is correct. Like, you go to the other players because you'd rather have some kind of starting point rather than just no starting point, right? You want like some quick, like, get me up to speed quick, like give me some like fundamental baseline stuff that I can go off of. But I think the problem is like you can't just like accept that stuff. You know what I mean? It's a starting point. You gotta like look at all that stuff yourself.
Yeah, like you've been playing long enough where like you don't really have to rely on that one assessment they gave of this move sucks in this way.
Well, I mean, also when I asked like before about Jump H, it's like, okay, they said Jump H is bad, but like, in what way? Because like,
it's bad when you whiff it. It's bad when you whiff it.
Right. It's bad when you whiff it, and it's like bad if you have high heat. So like, yeah, in that respect, it's bad. But like, does that make the move bad? I don't think that makes the move bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you could still learn like to use it better where you're whiffing it less, for example.
It's also unrelated. Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter to him, but it's unrelated. But the way people use words also fucks with people because, like, I think I'm bad, but in reality, my bad is okay. I just think okay is not good enough. So people might say this move is godlike when, like, you don't know the definition of godlike. So it just really fucks everything up. The way people say things really fucks everything up because there's like, people always understand words very differently.
Yeah, it's like different standards, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, once you have a different perspective on things, your standards will change. There's not much you can do about that.
I'm pretty sure no RoboKai button is as good as any fucking Elphelt button. I'm like positive. I'm fucking positive. So it's like what we think is good is like Torotashi, it probably does suck. He's used to like raw fucking ultimate power.
That is true to an extent, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's also hard to get that through to people because I ain't trying to teach them fucking like how to understand like my words, and I want to understand like it's just, bro. Teaching is hard. Helping people is fucking hard. Like real talk.
Yeah.
I've forgotten too much about what it was like to be starting out.
Yeah, same.
Like when I play other games nowadays, I just get frustrated because I have certain expectations. Just kind of like what Hodashi's like. Like, I picked up Tekken a couple years ago. I get really mad at the game because I don't like how things are, but I can still sit back and be like, well, I haven't really learned the game properly yet.
Yeah.
Still.
So here's my yeah, I am. Thanks for waiting. So here's my you like my relateds? Where's Gaku? There's no more Gaku. This is like all the Gaku. It's like 1 hour of it.
Replay that shit.
There's more Gaku. There's more Gaku, bro. What are you talking about? That's all the Gaku.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
AC plus R. Well, this will do.
That's AC.
So here's like my, if I wanted to get God like I RoboKai, this is what I would do. This is like my game plan. Number one is spend at least like establish a baseline understanding. So that's like watching Gaku.
Of
watching
what? By the way, 5 Panther. I just want to know 5 Panther, bro. That should look nice. But anyway,
by I just mean establish a general overview. Like, what does a character's combos look like? What are his normals? How does he use his normals? What's like the game plan? Like, does he like run away, use missiles? Like, look at a couple different like matchups, like to get a broad overview. Like, what do his combos look like? Does he IK? Like things like that. And then I would go into training mode on my own and like try and reproduce, like just X copy, like just to get used to the character, right?
Yes.
And then I would practice implementing, or I would practice recreating a bunch of like situations as I saw it.
So, just to stop you for a second,
sure.
I'm just curious, when you say like X copy, what they're doing, do you realize like that is actually like very hard to actually do? Like extremely hard when you're at that stage, because again, this goes back to you have to watch what, like, just using Gaku again as an example. It's not just like, okay, he did this combo. It's like,
why did he do it?
Why did he do this combo? And the thing is, like, you're not even going to necessarily know the answer, even if you like have the realization to ask the right question.
Right.
It's like, and also, as a starting point, it's like good to X copy, but like, he's not always going to make the right decision. It's, these are like split-second decisions. So like, even what he did might not be like, if you were to ask him, what should you do in this situation? He might be like, yeah, this combo was like not the best one. I probably should have did this, but I couldn't think of it fast enough. You know what I mean?
I think about that all the time. I actually think about that all the time. I could have did this better, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm like,
He's not playing perfect in these videos.
Right. Yeah. So like when, just I want to make sure that you realize that, like, watching and like X copying, it's like an important step, and it's like a really good way to like get up to speed quickly and have like a starting point. Again, like talking about that. But just realize that is like hard to do, and like you can't take everything that you're gonna see like, at like face value. Like, it's a good starting point, but like,
like he just run up and whiffed the run up dash move. It's just like, don't copy that, bro.
Yeah.
Like sure, go ahead.
Like, for me, it's not necessarily about like X copying. It's more like trying things I didn't really consider before, and then see if it worked or not. If I didn't like it, I won't X copy it anymore.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's the thing. When I say X copy, I mean that's like a very condensed version of what I would actually do. What I would actually do is I would find 3 combos that I really like, 3 setups that I think are nice, and then like 3 like standard neutral approaches, and then I would practice that on my own. Like, can I implement these? Like, okay, I have like my 5H combo, I have my 5K bread and butter, and I have like 1 combo off of like TK DP. And then once I have all of that, then I would grind matches and then just try and get like an understanding of the problems that I face, and then.
But haven't you already done that?
No,
you have.
I haven't. I failed. All I did was
no. You did that and failed, but you actually did do that. That's what you did.
I did that. The 3, get like a general like game plan, general combos, and then I went to playing, and then the next step would be go back and learn on my own, like fixing the issues that I run into, or try and understand the problems that I run into, and then I never did that. So now I need to do that.
But it's not even that you didn't do it. It's because you didn't even recognize, like, if we had asked you yesterday, like, okay, let's watch this match, what do you think you could have done better? Or like, what was the problem in this round? You know what I mean? Like, until you like sat down and like thought about meter management, you wouldn't have even had the idea to like, oh, maybe I should like lab a combo in this situation that doesn't use less meter, or that like doesn't use heat, or like gets a knockdown, or whatever the problem is that needs to be solved. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's like recognizing what that problem even is.
And I didn't just by playing, because I didn't think about it. I just played. My investment like wasn't there. So I'm speaking from a perspective of like I want to join all these tournaments. I want to be like Skeletal Minion. I want to get like that good. I want to be like truly awesome at this character. I want to be a force to be reckoned with. And right now, as I am, I haven't taken the correct steps. I can play the character. I can kill people in one hit, but like I don't really understand. I don't even understand like why I have issues until like you know you started telling me like why do we do this?
Fuck this character.
Just bomb her.
So just like something somewhat related. When you said like, oh, I looked at the video and like found 3 things I want to copy, right?
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I say just I want to put a cap on like what I learn on my own if I'm just starting to learn, because I want to like play like at some point. I can't spend like all the time in training mode. If I spend all the time in training mode, then like other problems happen. Right.
See, when you left Otashi, I brought up how people use language differently, and so like when you say X copying, we're worried that you're gonna copy brainlessly. Like you mean you're not. It's just the language you use.
Right.
But we don't use it like that, so that's where the disconnect comes from. Yeah.
There was another one like mindless. Like when I say mindless, I think the way I use mindless is actually like a positive connotation. Like I want like my plan with Robokai to be like mindless.
So you're just talking about like the options generally strong in a lot of situations, right?
For every character I want to like know like my role, I want to know my combos, I want to know my punishes, and I don't want to think about any of that. So my goal is to become mindless.
Not every character can achieve that.
I can achieve to some degree, to some degree, because right now I'm still dropping combos. I'm still like my punishes aren't there.
Just to be clear, so like when I do an Anji combo, I don't think about it. I know exactly what combo to do. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Like, you don't think about like you don't think too hard about the combo, right? You're like,
I don't
okay,
think hard
you
about
get
how
the
combos are hit from. I just have the muscle memory and I know like what's gonna work, and I try to get the most damage or knockdown. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, it has like a very negative connotation. Wait, Dave, what are you saying?
Okay, well, back to what I wanted to say earlier. Like, when I watch videos, I pretty much note down anything that looks good to me. I don't put a cap on it, and then I try to like play around with it or practice it.
You don't put a cap on like what you learn on your own if you were to like pick up a new character or a new game?
No, I'm very sweaty, so.
What does putting a cap on something mean?
Like he was like I'll take 3 combos and then I'll learn them or whatever.
Oh, a cap like a limit.
He doesn't want to like overwhelm himself.
Okay,
right?
okay. Bro, I kept thinking like you're talking about like a cap, like a hat, like it was some slang I didn't get. I was like getting mindfucked. There's some FGC new lingo. I was getting so confused. My bad.
Yeah, like I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying I'm very sweaty and like. That's
good.
That's how I got into the point where like me thinking about my combos is kind of mindless.
Like I know
I practice it so much and I look at things so much. Like I study a lot of things so much.
I mean, I know we're joking about this sweat shit, but if you want to get better than fighting, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I still remember.
Yeah.
I go and Cosmo talking about training for like 8 hours a day during Street Fighter 4. 8 hours a fucking day to be like the best. To be like the absolute best. That's just like that's what you actually have to do if you want to be the best. Like I know sweaty is a joke, like try hard, but you have to try hard to learn fighting games. If you're not trying hard, why are you like trying to learn to be better?
Yeah, and you can say like, oh, but I play 4 hours of net play every day, but that's not very balanced.
No,
yeah,
it's not efficient.
Especially in GG, you have to go between games and training mode a lot.
So that's how I would become godlike. I would go back and forth between play games, learn, play games, learn, favorably, equally, right? Play games, learn, play games, learn, and then if I just keep that up,
Yeah.
Like, the way I practice, I always like do training mode a couple hours, pretty much, and then maybe play 1 or 2 hours. I spend a lot more time training mode than I play nowadays.
Or not even necessarily training mode. It could be studying. It could be self-assessment. It could be looking at your
Yeah,
replays.
I mean, it's not even about learning something new. It's just like making sure,
making
you
sure you
know,
can do everything, making sure you still have the
everything
answer.
extremely clean and extremely
Yeah,
consistent.
Exactly. And then by the time that's over, like you'll be pretty strong.
Yeah,
But
you
and then
reap the
like your
benefits.
problems as like a player come in, like hubris or like aggressive or
yeah,
impatient. Like and then we're
yeah,
playing fighting games, right? We're not
yeah,
playing like Robokai versus Zanji, struggling
yeah,
to do like real Oki. Like okay, then we're playing fighting games, right? Right now
yes,
I'm playing Robokai,
yes,
and that ties it up. That's how we
yes.
got here.
I think playing a different character would be good just to get more perspective. Like you could go to Robokai later, that's fine. Just like get more understanding of what like other characters' reward is like.
Right.
I mean, I agree with
But
you. I just don't think he'd go back to Robokai. Like, I'm pretty
well,
sure he would
yeah,
not go back.
probably not. Unless he
Yeah.
picks another shitty character.
I
Then
mean
Time to play Bridget. Time
that's
to play
that's
Bridget.
that's actually the way to wrap it up. So I established a game plan. That's what we do. I mean, that's what somebody who wanted to be good would do. Because I mean, if you start from nothing, you'll spend a lot more time on like the earlier steps, which is learning like your ABCs, your fundamentals, your bread and butter, like just executing the basics of the character. But for
Just
me,
to go
what's
on.
up?
Sorry.
But I'll be spending like a lot more time, uh, like relearning, like just general game plan stuff and practicing neutral situations, things like that, and then learning like the possibilities in every one of those situations.
Just like kind of interrupt because Nocta in the chat said, difference between players back then that did 14 hours of 1v1 a day than the ones that spent a lot of time thinking about the game and training was enormous. Like, that's not always the case. People do learn differently. People are more skilled or better understanding of one
yeah.
thing than other people sometimes. So, like, like what me and Dare are saying, like, don't just net play people your skill or worse or better than you and then, like, try and learn something. That won't work because he's just completely new to the game. So, he doesn't have a good understanding of why he's losing or why he's winning.
Right.
But there are some people that actually could learn from that. And it's like they just have that thing in
They're
their
just
brain.
different.
Yeah, they actually are built different. And it's like, so it's generally good advice what Day is saying.
There's
But
a bunch of
it's
players
not
like that. It's like
it's
Seijan
not
says,
it's
like
not
he
always a
doesn't.
1-to-1. It's not always a 1-to-1. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah,
say. It's
it's
not
not.
always guaranteed. This is how you get better.
It's like
Yeah, I
so.
just want to say
Seijan
that.
said this. He says he doesn't know a single bit of like Soul's frame data. He just plays, and that's like good enough for him. Like your mileage may vary, right?
Yeah, it also depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how good you want to get, or like it's super hard talking about fighting games and getting better when everyone has a different definition of good, has a different definition of how good they want to get, and like there's so many factors. That's why like when I see people disagree, like this guy is stupid for saying this, I'm just like they just have a different mindset. It's so fucking impossible. It's so hard, man.
I mean, talking about it like this is pretty good.
Yeah, but for you,
There's just
because
a lot.
you're on that wavelength. There are people that are not there, are probably just like, man, what the fuck are these guys talking about? I do this and I win here. I'm
Yeah.
fucking nice. You know what I mean? Like,
Yet
yeah.
I mean, it's easy for us because we've gone through it. We've learned like how to get good, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, like
we can be like
you've
very methodical.
you've spent so much time playing Elphelt and getting good at her, so now you just sort of have to like get back in that mindset where you were like,
That shit's hard. That shit's hard sometimes.
it's very hard. It's so
Yeah.
hard. Like
I
resetting your clock.
well, I mean, even Elphelt, when I learned how to play her, I had nothing. There was nothing. I had to
so
build
you
her
just
on
have
my
to
own.
remember
Yeah.
how it was training yourself up to that point.
Yes. I mean, that's
You
a good way to
spent
wrap
too
it
much
up.
time throwing pine berries. You did spend too much time throwing pine berries, Satoshi.
I spent
Yeah.
too much time blocking pine
I
berries.
I wish we
Yeah.
could like. Do I upload this to YouTube? Is this content? Hanzo Gonzo, is this content?
I mean, this is content.
This is content.
This is content. I don't know if it's great content. It's content.
It's just something I want to. This is the type of thing that I want to talk more about, but I want to like split it up because it's all like it's like weird to talk about like just straight up.
Yeah,
because it goes in a bunch of directions.
Yeah, and they all like loop back, and they all matter, and they all loop back, and it's like it's really fucked.
Yeah, it's fighting games, I guess.
Right.
I mean, I don't even know if that's right. I'm just gonna say it.
That's some fighting game shit. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if it's right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll upload to YouTube. I mean, that was educational for me. There was a lot of the stuff I knew, I just don't like apply or think about often, but there was a lot of stuff that I did learn.
There's a lot of things people know, but they don't think about, so they don't know why they know. Yeah, and it's like
it's hard,
bro.
It's transferring your subconscious to the conscious thoughts.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean, I kind of used to talking to people about this a lot because there's a lot of beginners at locals.
Right.
So hopefully that experience has
but
been.
And also,
helpful.
it's also, I guess this was more like advanced, or it was like direction for like advanced level players, because we don't have to worry about like execution barrier, or like how do you learn, or like anything like that. It's just like, what must we do, or how must we think, like, to improve. So I mean, it's good nonetheless. I'm just saying, for anybody watching this, like, it's cool. Just learn at your own pace.
Yeah. It just gets rough when you see other players learning slower or fast. Like, it's the social construct of fighting games. Like, it being around other people is a huge factor and problem of also learning. Because if your friend learns faster than you, you get jealous, or you think you're stupid, or randoms might talk shit. Like there's so many things. Like, it's just
Yeah.
It's not easy, and it's okay that it's not easy, but people just don't always think that.
Don't give up. If you're still here,
I think people should understand that it's okay to lose, and it's okay to
Yeah, it is okay.
It's okay. It's okay to not be good. It's actually okay if you're like, if you don't want to practice, you're content where you are. That's fine. But other people feel ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's still good to just like play, just have fun, and not think about, oh, I need to practice this and this and this.
Yeah.
Any last regards? I think that was like the best way to. We just went in a loop.
Yeah, I mean, you could stop the stream and keep going. It's up to you. I don't.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Fuck Elphelt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to like replug my mic in. But yeah.
My last words are fuck Elphelt.
Amen.
On my tombstone, in the newspaper describing my life, he said fuck Elphelt.
There was something I was gonna say before, because I just got back a minute ago. I was on a work call, but trying to remember what it was now, because then I realized my mic wasn't working, and now I forgot kind of.
That's
it was like, yeah, it was like you guys were talking about like knowing what to do or something like that, and I was gonna say that like it's a little bit dangerous though, because if you are wrong, or like I think in a lot of cases with Otashi with this, it's not that he was wrong, it's that he was only partially right. And if you don't realize that, things that you're taking for granted as like things that you are in like a lot of trouble right out of the gate. You know what I mean?
like you need to understand why you were right and what situation that was in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guys, follow the stream. If you want more stuff like this, follow the stream.
Like it's a pretty hard
upload
thing
it to
though.
YouTube
like,
somehow.
Because if you don't,
there's like a lot
have the insight to
going
like
on in this
take
talk,
a step back and think about it, and like be able to think about certain things that you might be taking for granted. It's like, how are you even supposed to know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tough. Damn, I can hear the anger in what you're writing, Josh.
My bad. I'm not angry. I'm not angry.
Okay. That's regards. Sorry, go ahead. You're right.
Oh, fuck. This microphone was muted. So I would say like my level of play for Plus R is about where one could expect to be if they didn't do like any studying. They just like learned combos and then they played with people. So, I mean, that's the result. There's no reason to be mad. If I want more, then I know what to do. That's it. There's some stuff I didn't know though. Robokai. Yeah, I'll try another character. I'll maybe play Anji or like Baiken and stuff. And then like go back to him with like a fresh mindset. Something like that. But that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just typing because you had a whole language thing like. Because again, like I consider everyone bad, but I don't say that in an insulting way. I'm not like, yo, I'm fucking nice and you guys suck. It's just I think that so many players can be doing so many things better.
Right.
Yeah.
All of
and
us.
And it's like look at Otashi, like winning majors in Xrd, and I'm like, yo, he can be doing like 8,000 things better. So it's just like, you know.
It's just like you have a better once you have a better idea of what perfection is, you start seeing like so many flaws everywhere.
Yeah. And it's like.
And then it becomes up to you.
Yeah. But then it's English, where some people might just say this guy is bad, and they actually mean like this guy fucking sucks, and they're whack, and I'm nice. Like it's just all. Like you don't know. It's just how people talk and how people act. Like it's just.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah. It's hard, man.
Look, just if you're a new player, just think of it this way. Don't worry about like who's like on the win screen, right? Because the real win is like, think about this. Like, did you learn something? Did you hit that combo you trained? Like anything? Did you enjoy yourself? Don't think about like what's on the win screen.
Yeah.
That was for somebody.
It's about developing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about why you win. The most important thing is always about why and how you win.
Or why you lost.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
If you can understand that, that's the win. That's true victory.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother hour-long discussion in and of itself. So.
Yeah, but it's like Josh was saying earlier. That's what leads. That thought is what leads you to the win. It's not like it's not like, oh, I won, so I must be doing what I'm doing right. Right? It's like, why did I win or lose? And then you figure that stuff out, and you will naturally arrive at the win.
Then you're at that good.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with like taking some pride in your victories as well. Just don't forget to like keep developing yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting game's too hard. People too hard, man.
Play Valorant. Play Loop Hero, actually.
I will later, but I'm going to Valorant shit.
All right. Well, we're gonna send the squad off. What do we send them
to? Go back to work.
Damn, everyone here just delaying work. It's godlike.
I mean, I had a morning meeting, so I put off working again.
So, guys, and number one, follow the stream. Thank you for all the follows, by the way. Oh, KB Nova! Hey, KB Nova. Yo, Hasa was here. You shit, Hasa. I'm gonna beat your ass one day. Follow the stream. the alert box is off because it's really noisy. Guys, Squiggly Puff, Jaylee is free, PG Trouble. Guys, I appreciate it. We'll do this again. Daymendo, Zidane, Ryan Hunter, you guys had fun? Question mark? I'll never say 5-frame jump start up again.
Thanks, bro.
Personally, I appreciate that.
I'll never say it again.
I get to complain, though, because I have a 10-frame super jump start up drive, so you guys have to hold that.
I have it, too. We're both complaining, bro. They're keeping
Wait, oh, yeah, please stop doing 2H, bro. Please believe me.
All right.
It's not to stop doing 2H. Stop for now.
Yeah,
Get it out now, and then once you start having a better game plan with the character, come back to it and figure out.
Bro, we watched like an hour and a half of Gaku. I swear I saw like 2Hs tops. Yeah, I swear to God. Yeah, and they both worked.
Who's streaming? Mystic is streaming. Great excerpt player. Is he? Where? Mystic 305. He's not streaming. All right, look. Tell you what. Go see SKD and tell him we had a godlike talk and that he should listen and learn something.
No, SKD is on level. He will tell you everything you do wrong, and you should believe him because, like, we're getting into like the metaphysics of why you're wrong, but he will actually like take out a fucking chalkboard and tell you exactly why you're wrong, and it will be right, and he will make you feel bad.
Yeah, we're talking about the metaphysics, and he's already analyzed the particles themselves.
Next time, we can do the whiteboard instead. We'll do it. We'll do it up. And then, I will tell myself while I'm wrong. All right, so, yeah. See you guys tomorrow. You know the deal.
All right, yeah, later, boys.
Yeah. I mean, I might play Ryan Rayler, so see you.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you up later.
All right, see you guys.
GG's, people.
Dude.
Well. How'd you guys like that? All right, alert box is going on. Bring in the follows. Let's go. Come on. Excellent? Yeah. That's what's in here. But it's hard to bring out of your mouth. You understand? You missed the first half? I'll upload it. Like, every one of those subjects is something that could be content. It's a lot to talk about, but it deserves to be talked about, and there's not really much on it. Yeah, okay. So it's just stuff that I stopped thinking about. That's all. It was an intervention, but there's a lot of lessons that you can apply. So that was 1% roast. Yeah, that's all about like what goes on up here in your mind. You want to be roasted like that too? Well, we'll look at some replays. How about that? You didn't even roast me? You can roast me. It's okay. Well, we'll think about it tomorrow, guys. Stay on your best behavior. Go talk to SKD. Talk to him about some stuff that we talked about today, okay? Get his mind going. Talk to him. I'll catch you guys. Thank you. Tomorrow, okay? Host Mystic? Mystic who? Mystic 305? Mystic who? Oh, he's on. He's actually on. Okay, Mystic 305. Go play some Xrd. Go talk to him, okay? I'm out. I got work to do. Later.